It's Wednesday, the 29th of October, 2025. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on New Day. I am Noble Crosby Annan. Coming up this morning, Governor of the Bank of Ghana says the country has turned a decisive economic corner as the Ghana cedi records one of its strongest performances, trading at 12 cedis 10 pesos to the dollar. Also, anti-LGBTQ bill to be reintroduced in Parliament for passage as Speaker Alban Gbagben vows to get it passed and implemented. Also coming up, National Service Authority releases first batch of postings for the 2025-26 service year, deploying over 85,000 graduates to public and private institutions. Thank you so much for joining us. We're live also on all our social media platforms at TV3 Ghana. Let's get interactive there. But let's get into the details of the story, starting from this. The Ghana cedi has recorded one of its strongest performances in recent months, appreciating sharply against major trading currencies amid improved market sentiment and steady central bank interventions. The development comes as the Bank of Ghana's governor, Dr. Johnson Esiama, says Ghana has turned a decisive economic corner, citing renewed confidence in the local currency as the country marks 60 years of the cedi's resilience.
Nana Genopokwajman described the cedi as a symbol of Ghana's economic sovereignty and resilience. She emphasized that while the currency has shown strong recovery in recent weeks, sustaining that progress will depend on prudent spending, disciplined fiscal management, and deeper collaboration across the financial sector.
We have learned painful lessons from fiscal indiscipline, over-borrowing, and ignoring tried principles. But today, the cedi has not only recovered, it has soared. We must now protect what we have rebuilt through action from government, institutions, and citizens.
Dr. Johnson Esiama highlighted the cedi's recent gains as evidence of a turning point in Ghana's economic recovery.
The cedi has appreciated by 37% as at October 17. And according to the World Bank, it is the best performing currency in sub-Saharan Africa for the first 8 months of 2025.
Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen also urged businesses to stop pricing goods and services in US dollars, warning that the practice undermines national monetary stability and contravenes existing laws.
As managers of the economy, we have remained steadfast in our duty to ensure a strong cedi and a very stable currency. Our commitment to fiscal discipline has contributed to the strengthening of the Ghana cedi.
Well, the Finance Minister, Dr. Forsing, also cautioned businesses and the public against trading or pricing goods and services in foreign currencies, particularly the US dollar. Speaking at the official launch of the cedi at 60 celebration, Dr. Forsing noted the practice contributes to the country's economic challenges, hence must be stopped immediately.
In Ghana, it's become increasingly common to see prices quoted in US dollars, from real estate and car sales to hotel bookings and even some luxury goods. For many, it's seen as a way to guard against the cedi's fluctuations, but the practice has quietly taken root across key sectors of the economy, raising concerns about its impact on confidence in the local currency. Finance Minister Dr. Forsing is calling for an end to the practice and rally behind the cedi.
We must be eschewing the act that seeks to undermine the value of the currency, particularly the pricing of goods and services in foreign currency, the US dollar. As Ghanaians, the Ghana cedi remains the only legal tender. The US dollar is not our currency. The continuous pricing of goods and services in US dollars will only hurt us. Let's stop it, and let us stop it now.
Speaking at the official launch of the Cedi at 60 celebration, Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Johnson Esiama, acknowledged the success of the cedi and warned against complacency.
Ghana has turned a decisive corner. And indeed, the evidence is compelling. Headline inflation is now at 9.4%, and we expect it to end the year even far lower. The cedi has appreciated by 37% as at October 17th. And according to the World Bank, it is the best performing currency in sub-Saharan Africa. We are not yet where we want to be, Excellencies, but we are no longer where we were.
For her part, Vice President Professor Jainan Opokwajima noted that the cedi's steady recovery is restoring confidence in the market, stressing the need to safeguard these gains through fiscal discipline and responsible governance.
The cedi has not only recovered, it has soared. The trust in the cedi will not sustain itself. Government must lead by example and commit to real fiscal discipline. No more reckless borrowing. We must anchor public finances in realistic revenue plans, efficient spending, and long-term planning. Today, too many goods and services are still quoted in foreign currencies. But if you earn in cedis, you must be able to transact in cedis.
Let's take you now to Parliament, because the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Gbagben, has assured that he will get the anti-LGBTQ bill reintroduced, properly passed and signed into law for implementation. He told lawmakers on Tuesday that the old bill passed by the 8th Parliament expired and cannot be regarded as passed for assent by the current president.
The first day Parliament resumed, the new anti-LGBTQ bill was advertised to be late, but it was missing from the order paper in the subsequent days. This caused the minority to accuse government of attempt to avoid passing it, all in the absence of the Speaker. The majority leader says he had wanted the old bill to be regarded as passed. Regardless, his part is ready for a new one.
I thought the fastest way is to treat the bill as having been passed. But if you want us to start all over again, I want to assure you that this side of our house is ready to start all over again. Officials appointed by the NPP, sitting at the presidency, wrote a letter threatening this parliament not to bring the bill there. And today, you are sitting here and pretending and behaving.
The minority leader had his bite.
We wait patiently for that day. But, Mr. Speaker, our friends must know that sometimes when they place a rat poison on another man's tongue, it will not take too long for they themselves to taste that rat poison. We are patiently waiting for this LGBT bill.
Speaker Gbagben ruled and explained the procedure in getting the new bill introduced and passed.
The 8th Parliament is history. So are all the businesses that were pending in the 8th Parliament. And so we have a new Parliament, the 9th Parliament. And therefore what was pending there came to an end and had to be reintroduced. Hold your peace, it will come sooner than later. Civil society is getting restless again, but I want to assure them that they know my passion in this matter, and I want to get it properly passed so that implementation becomes easier. There are a few things that our attention has been drawn to, which we'll work on together here, so that when we pass the bill, it's a bill that is accepted by all.
Other members from both sides of the House contributed to the debate.
I take solace in the assurance of the majority leader that we stand in readiness to support the process of enacting a law that will make the practice intolerable and unacceptable in this House. If they have changed their position, I would have wished that they would do so with their former president. But even if they are unable to, we welcome them on board because this is a cause for Ghana.
What the Ghanaian people want is to have a law which promotes good sexual conduct in Ghana and which prevents LGBTQ. Don't go and change the 8th Parliament bill. Don't go and water it down. Don't go and revise it and bring it to the 9th Parliament and have the President assent to it, assent to a bill which is not fit for purpose. We want the 8th Parliament bill for the 9th Parliament to consider. Verbatim, don't change it.
The reintroduced anti-LGBTQ bill has a bipartisan support, one that has been commended. With the pathway to passing it now clear, many await its eventual laying before the House. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Parliament.
Now, the National Service Authority has released the first batch of postings for the 2025-26 service year, deploying about 85,150 graduates to public and private institutions. The authority says this number excludes teachers, nurses, midwives, and personnel with data mismatches whose placements will be released later. Now, posted personnel are required to check their placements online, print and endorse the appointment letters, book online registration, and report for original validation between October 29 and November 21 with their Ghana card. The authority is cautioning graduates not to pay middlemen for changes in postings and say the service year officially begins on Monday, November 3. Moving on, Kumasi High Court has dismissed an application by Akwesua Sewa to hold the funeral rites of High Life legend Daddy Lumba. The court affirmed that the authority over his mortal remains rests with his extended family, not his immediate wife, per the Asante tradition.
The legal tussle which has captivated the nation reached its critical juncture as the courts refused to grant an injunction that would have prevented the legendary musician's wider family from taking his body from the morgue and proceeding with the final funeral rites. The ruling was on cultural principle. The court, presided over by Justice Dorinda Smith-Arthur, emphasized that in the Asante tradition, once a person dies, the body returns to its matrilineal roots, and how the funeral is conducted is the responsibility of the extended family. This means the responsibility for the funeral does not lie solely with the immediate family or the spouse, but with the broader clan, locally referred to as the Busuya. The case was brought to court by Akwesua Sewa, who has been at the center of public dispute over her legal status as Daddy Lumba's wife.
The main reason for the ruling is that he believes that it will not be fair to restrain the family at this time. He will hear the matter and give judgment on 25th of November.
Our objective first is to ensure that any impediment such as this injunction will be denied by the court for the proper burial to proceed. After that, we will look at other aspects of the case. What the judge read sounded very much like someone who appreciated both arguments, saw the superior argument from our side, from Baba Jamal and associates, and sided with our position.
With the injunction dismissed, the legal focus now shifts to the core of the dispute, which is declaring who among the two is the main surviving spouse. The court has ordered all parties to file all necessary legal processes by Friday, October 31, for a case management conference scheduled for November 14. This will set the stage for the main hearing, which is slated to begin on November 17. The court expects the hearing to be completed by November 21, with a final judgment on the broader case on November 25. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Kumasi.
While still at the courts, drama unfolded on Tuesday, October 28, during the hearing of the criminal trial of NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Nchiboisiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi. The High Court, presided over by Justice Audrey Kokovite, initially issued a bench warrant for the arrest of Chairman Wontumi after noting that he had failed to show up in court for the trial without providing a reason. Lord Edwasari explains here.
When the case was called, the prosecution led by Chief State Attorney Stella Oheneapia explained to the court that they were unable to file their disclosures because a witness had traveled outside the jurisdiction without signing his witness statement. After being rebuked by the judge, the prosecution indicated that the documents would be filed by the close of the day. Reacting to the absence of the NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman and his lawyer, Justice Kokuvite issued a bench warrant for his arrest. However, shortly after adjourning proceedings, Chairman Wontumi entered the courtroom in the company of his lawyers led by Andy Apiakubi. After being briefed on the development, the lawyer filed an application to be heard by the court. Explaining the absence from the proceedings early on, Andy Apiakubi intimated that he was to blame and apologized to the judge. The court then rescinded the bench warrant, but not without a strong warning to the accused. The case has since been adjourned to November 4 for a case management conference. Lawyer for Wontumi, Andy Apiakubi, spoke to the media.
Let us not continue to be divided. It is only part of the process of the court that the space is not present, but the matter is called one of the issues that arise whether or not the accused person deliberately refused to present itself. And fortunately, we've been able to prove to the judge that the attention at the court complex is not the case. The accused person refusing to appear before the court.
The NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman has pleaded not guilty to charges of assignment of mineral rights without approval and purposely facilitating an unlicensed mining operation. Chairman Wontumi is currently on a 15 million Ghana cedi bail with 3 sureties, 2 to be justified. Lord Edwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
To some politics now, the former national chairman of the NPP, Paul Afoko, has formally announced his intention to contest the national chairmanship position of the party's upcoming election of national officers. The announcement made in a press release marks Afoko's return to political frontline after years of remaining largely under the radar following a highly controversial suspension. Afoko was initially elected NPP national chairman in April 2014, but his tenure was abruptly cut short. In October 2015, the NPP's National Executive Committee indefinitely suspended him over accusations of a unilateral leadership style, subsequently appointing Freddie Blay, the then first vice chairman, as the acting chairman. Paul Afoko contested the move as unconstitutional, but the High Court dismissed his case in mid-2016, ruling that due process had been followed. In his latest statement, Afoko asserted the decision to run was not taken lightly, but came after careful consideration and in response to the consistent calls for renewed leadership in the NPP. The Ghana Standards Authority has closed down 5 manufacturing companies over use of unapproved materials in the manufacturing process. The companies, which were operating at Afienya and Owenya, were producing substandard products like mattresses in large quantities.
The Ghana Standards Authority closed in on the companies after several failed attempts to have the companies stop manufacturing with the unapproved raw materials. Chinese firm FA Home, for instance, used substandard materials to start their mass-produced mattresses. One of the managers, who is a Chinese, was arrested for attacking an enforcement officer of the authority.
This very facility has been temporarily closed down by the Ghana Standards Authority. Until they put things in right order, activities would never take place here.
Residents tell me they fear for their respiratory health as a result of the toxic atmosphere. The enforcement exercise was also carried at Owenya, where 4 other companies were closed. They include Wanshen Garment Ghana Limited, Asano Electronics, Jin Yuanjia, and Bright Homes. The authority insists it will ensure companies meet standards and not shortchange consumers.
These factories are using materials which are alien to us, which are not standardized. Many of them are operating without licenses, and we are unable to tell the quality of the products that they are producing. So we can't tell as an independent body that is tasked to protect consumers, whether these products that they are putting out there in the thousands and all of that are safe to use, which is the most important thing, but also fit for purpose.
The exercise is expected to be replicated in other areas where recalcitrant companies operate.
Now, former Ghana Airports Company Board Chairman Paul Adomotri has filed an application at the High Court seeking to quash a directive by the Office of the Special Prosecutor ordering him to declare his property and income. His lawyers, led by former Attorney General Godfrey Dame, argue that the directive issued on August 4 this year is unlawful, violates the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, and its regulations, and constitutes an abuse of power. Paul Adomotri, who is under investigation by the OSP for suspected corruption and corruption-related offences in the award of a revenue assurance contract by the Ghana Airports Company Limited to Evertex Limited, is seeking several reliefs from the court. These include a declaration that the OSP's directive and alleged threats of legal consequences, confiscation and detention are unlawful and amount to harassment. He is also asking for an order prohibiting the OSP from detaining him should he refuse to declare his property and income to the office by the stated deadline, among other reliefs. And that's where we end the morning news at. But there's always more news on our website, 3news.com. My name is Noble Crosby, and Newday continues after this. Have a great morning.
Boycott training for 2 days and still went on to win the match 4-0
But you know
against the Egyptians. Huh?
You know
Oh, they have been paid. I think it's through your advocacy. Because yesterday I was watching you on Agenda. You were discussing football. So I think that because you were discussing football, they made a decision that, Charlie, because you were coming to discuss, let's pay them before they go.
But I saw it just before we started the program that they had been paid their $9,000+ each bonuses. Yeah. So that was great. But I was impressed that they still went ahead and scored 4-0, even before we got the information that they had been paid what was due them. So fantastic news.
Fantastic.
This is an advocacy that I have been going on about for some time now. That women's football we need to pay a little more attention to women's football in this country.
Yeah, I mean, they are doing so well. If you look at their records for the past months, they are scoring, they are making appearances.
Yeah.
And even, was it last week that we talked about the fact that for the first time they had that historic opportunity to be in, was it England or, in the UK, to play that international friendly. And that was, it was the first time in their history. That was great. So you can tell that consistently they haven't broken our hearts. So I think we should treat them better than we are treating.
That's the ladies.
Yes, we should treat
the black queens,
the
princesses.
We should treat them better than we're treating them.
But the men break our hearts.
Oh yeah. At least the last.
The men break our hearts more than the women ever will.
Oh yeah.
And the men break our hearts more than the women ever will.
Most broken hearts are caused by men. Now, that's true. Generally in the society.
But congratulations to our queen.
Are you talking about sports, the Black Stars?
We are talking about
yes, but I think you're extending it.
No, I'm talking generally in the society. So if it's, men, we break hearts. Women's heart, we break it into pieces. Small, like a TPP.
Wow.
Serious. And so we've extended it to football, to Black Stars. We'll give you more disappointment. We're like us now. We'll disappoint you more before we give you joy.
Please, we are
but
doing
you're talking about
please, we are doing well. Please, we are doing well.
Right.
So shouts to the Black Queens. Congratulations to the Black Queens for working so hard, for fighting so hard to secure that qualification
women's
to the
rights.
2026
Today,
Women's African Cup of Nations. We are going to Morocco.
Yeah.
In 2026.
Okay.
I'm going to Morocco.
I'll be in your bag. We'll go together.
There's nothing you can tell me. There's nothing you can tell me. We're going to Morocco. It's a big win for the Black Queens. I'm so sad I didn't go to the stadium because I was planning on going and I didn't go.
Let's discuss politics.
The thing is,
we're talking about
women's advocacy.
When they do well, we should give them the credit.
Today.
They've performed so well consistently.
Exactly.
And to an extent that, for me, I was so impressed. I'm repeating what I said earlier, that irrespective of the issues, they still went ahead and scored 4-0. That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And so we have secured that qualification.
You remind me of Delzi. Amazing,
did the Black
fantastic.
Stars qualify for the AFCON?
No.
Last year, no.
And they didn't qualify.
No.
Yes. Well,
even the upcoming AFCON.
Please, the women have qualified. Okay, we're going to Morocco.
No, there'll be an AFCON. The early part
we
of
invite
next year
we invite all Ghanaians to rally behind the Black Queens. You know, when we talk about treating the Black Queens better, oftentimes people jump into the conversation and say, "Are you saying we should pay them as much as we pay the Black Stars? Are you saying we should give them as much as we give the Black Stars?"
But what is wrong if we even did?
You know, the question is, do you even support them as much as you support the Black Stars?
Yeah.
In terms of even tweeting, or just going to the stadium to watch a match, or just talking about the Black Queens. We don't do it. How many people have Black Queens jerseys?
Me. I have Black Queens.
Show us.
Halfway that.
You can bring it tomorrow.
I can bring it.
But you know, this morning, when I was talking about it, somebody said, well, but the Black Stars have over 20 sponsors. The Black Queens, we don't see that. And I said, it depends on, we haven't pushed the Queens much enough. If we promoted them as much as the Black Stars, we would have them have a lot of sponsors as well. Especially when they're doing so well.
Sponsors go where supporters are.
Yeah.
So they can get a return on their investments. They want to see that people are actually interested.
Yeah.
So if you're not interested, first of all, how are you even going to get the support?
Yeah.
But we really say a big congratulations to the Queens that in spite of the support you're not getting, the bonuses you were not paid prior, you still went out and you gave it your all. And Roland is giving me the side. I don't know what that's about.
Women.
But it's about time we show.
I know men are the cause of our problems in the society, but women, you people can worry.
Of it? You are a man, aren't you?
Yes.
So
I know we the men. We the men, we are the problems of the society, but at least women, you can disturb. But look, for other things, when it comes to big issues, so we're talking about Paula Foko as well as, you know, Paula Foko wants to contest for chairmanship of the MPP. The point is, will he qualify or be disqualified if, supposing, you know, there was a general amnesty that was granted his cohorts.
Yeah.
That cohort of individuals, including Alan Chamantin, all of them, you know. And what would that mean for the MPP? So we want to discuss that, the MPP politics, etc. They are the biggest opposition party. Indeed, just 9 months ago, the party had formed government, was still in government. So they are still very relevant in Ghana's politics. And as a result, we want to discuss that. And then the question about whether the helicopter incident, that report needs to be made public, or should we know, is a big conversation. So we're going to have some great members of the Black Stars team for Wednesday right here, not the Black Queens. So we have Zato, we have Solomon Owusu of the United Party. And then
I just find the Paula Foko comeback story quite interesting because it was exactly in 2015, right, that he was suspended indefinitely. That committee chaired by the first vice chairman at the time, Freddie Blay, and the issues that surrounded it because he came out and quote-unquote accused the party regarding the flag bearer going into the 2016 general election. And at the time, they were in opposition. This time, they are also in opposition. So that's quite interesting. And the question Roland asked, I really look forward to getting the answer because when that statement from the MPP came, I think they said if you were suspended and they were giving you amnesty, up to 2 years, you wouldn't have the opportunity to contest, right? Is that what they said? Or
but how long has it been? It's been...
No, they just gave the amnesty just some months ago. So if indeed it was up to 2 years, I need to verify that then. The question Roland asked, quite interesting.
It's valid.
Yes.
Well, his return to the race definitely marks a significant turn of events for the party. And it appears that, I don't know if you agree with me, but then the national chairmanship of the party is beginning to look like the ultimate, you know, the ultimate in the party. Before it was the flag bearer, but with the new position of the party, the chairman of the party being the leader of the party, the national chairmanship position now looks like the ultimate, and it's now very keenly contested. And at this time when, you know, we're smack in the middle of the flag bearership contest, this announcement actually has, you know, shaken things up a bit.
And I find it quite refreshing because people have been talking about the critics, really, let me just put that caveat there, have been talking about the kind of leadership the MPP has now. And Paula Foko is coming from the crop of individuals who were seen as some of the best leaders at the time within the category of Jacob Echebi Lamte and the rest. So it sounds quite refreshing that he wants to come back to kind of give the party that old feel of the kind of leadership they had at the time. So let's see how things go.
Yeah, and he's not new to the position as well. He's not new to the position. So he definitely brings a lot to the table. And during his time away too, I dare say he conducted himself well. I mean, we didn't hear any disturbing headlines or hear anything that would, you know, bring the party into disrepute or, you know, put him in a position of, you know, someone who was not in support of things happening and so on. So we look forward to the conversation on big issues today, Roland.
It will be quite interesting.
We'll see how that goes. Interesting.
It was a surprise when I saw it yesterday. So his flyer saying that he wants to contest for the chairmanship of the party. It will be quite interesting. There are a number of individuals.
So how many are there now? 7, right? About 7?
There are a number of individuals that showed up. Yes.
There's Stephen Asamoah Boateng, there are a number of others as well.
All right.
So I guess our question for the day for this morning, we can ask about the Black Queens.
Yes.
Black Queens.
Let's definitely talk about the Black Queens. What can we do as a nation to get or rally more support for the Black Queens? What can we do as a nation to bring the Black Queens to the level where they ought to be, considering the hard work they've put in so far, considering the outstanding performance yesterday, their qualification for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations, we're going to Morocco, and their consistent hard work and wins. I mean, since the days of Nora Hoptel, they have consistently shown us that they are here for, you know, serious
Black Queens
work.
ambassador.
Roland, if we
Nora Minitel.
Hoptel.
No hotel.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're here to do serious work. And as a nation, we have shown the Black Stars a lot of love. We rallied behind the Black Stars. And the support of the nation has contributed to all of the successes that the Black Stars have been chalking. And sometimes they break our hearts. But the Black Queens have not seen that level of support. So today we ask, what can we do as a nation to rally that much support for the Black Queens and bring them to where they ought to be in our hearts and in our minds as a football nation that we call ourselves? Let us know. The phone number is on the screen now. It's time for This Morning.
Yes, and it's Wednesday, the middle of the week. You want to take advantage of the free 1,000 Ghana cedis that we're giving. Yes, we're giving 10,000 cedis to 10 individuals. And if you play more, Roland will say play more than 40 times, your number is going to appear and you have the opportunity to get about 1,000 cedis. That's star 439 hash. You follow the prompt, you pick your favorite platform, which is right here on TV3 number 2. And we're giving out bonuses as well. Roland, how much are you adding to the bonus? 200
Ghana cedis each.
Lovely. So that's makes it 11,000. So we have 200 cedis in addition. So if you get the 1,000 cedis, you're getting 200 extra Ghana cedis. Take advantage of this middle of the week, the curve they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but Idris is already on the line with us. Hi, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Just tell us what's on your mind.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Idris, calling you from Upper West Region. Wow.
Yes, sir. How is Wa this morning?
Oh, we thank God. What is very cool? Why is very cool? Why is very cool?
Yes.
Yeah, let me say good morning to the NPC Regional Chairman Abdulaziz White, and also say good morning to the local people in Upper West Region. And my sister, the issue of Black Queen, what we're supposed to expect is that we're supposed to have a sports deputy minister as a woman first. I think that can even encourage people to have focus on the Black Queen sports issue. And secondly, Ghana, where our mentality has gone, that is where we always focus. That is another problem. Even the women in this country doesn't have time for the women sport. You understand? That is another factor. So they first have to put measures and focus on their own, and they should also get the support of the men. If not, it can't work. But the issue of Paul Afoko, my sister, as I saw the news yesterday, I was very shocked. I'm a member of the NPC Regional Communications team in the Upper West Region. But immediately when I heard that Paul Afoko, who was the former national chairman, is coming back to context, I wasn't feeling happy at all. Seriously, I wasn't feeling happy. The advisors of Paul Afoko should know that politics is about time. And as we are speaking now, Afoko time is gone. If Afoko come to the party again and even decided to spread money, $100 million to each delegate, but Afoko was not win. You understand? What happened in 2015, 2016, let people doesn't have trust in that time again. You understand? We are now trying to get a new elevated executive that will take the party again. I want to assure you that every national executive will be gone after this presidential election. They are not serious for their party. They are not focused for the party. So I'm happy for Afoko to come, but I'm sorry for him that he can't win. He can't win the election. This is what I'm telling you. I'm very serious about it. Because NPP national executives, they are more like polling station executives. There is no national single executive that can say, this is my effort in 2024 election. You can remember even this by-election. Samabugapuka told us that some of the national executives went to the center and picked girls to the hotel. How can you have national executives like this and you want to win 2024 election or you want to win 2028 election? Look at how President Mama is governor. if the NPP doesn't get a very strong leader, we can win the 2028 elections again.
Well, thank you very much, Idris, calling us from Wa in the Upper West region. He doesn't support the coming back of
his argument is that there's a period for everyone, and it looks like his time has passed.
His time has come and gone. But his time was abruptly cut short.
I agree with you.
You know, I mean, he became national chairman in 2014, and then in 2015, he was out. So, yeah, his time came, but it was cut short rather abruptly with that indefinite suspension.
Yes.
So I don't know about that, but he's staging a comeback. And what does it mean for the party? Let us know your thoughts. We're also talking about the Black Queens and what we can do to, you know, bring them back into our hearts and in our minds. Latif has just joined us on the phone lines. Hello, Latif.
Yeah, this is Peter T.
Oh, Peter T. Hello, my darling. How are you?
You vote out, so I bore you.
Oh, you bore us. Please don't bore us. But don't bore us, okay? Oh, okay, then that's okay. We're happy you joined us on the phone lines. Tell us, what are your thoughts on the issues we are discussing this morning?
Anyway, let me pick the opportunity of the platform to express my thanks and gratitude to Alaji Yao, a hard-working man. And then Alaji Man, NDC, national, you know, how do you call it? Yes, national office for NDC in the big room. And then also Eric Lee, or regional officer, Keko, Land Commission. And let me also use the opportunity that Mr. Alaji, that is Alaji Diwa of Accra. You know, Lola, you know what? Black Queen, I think that the question should be what can be done to really elevate the whole classification of Ghana Black Star, and then also the national team as a whole. Black Queen have done well, and I think that we need to also rejuvenate the aspiration and hope of Ghanaians through Black Star, because Black Star is the key factor here. That you see, I want government to really invest into all the national teams. Black Queen yesterday did well, because we were not expecting, based on their quest of requesting, making sure that their payments are being made and all that. But I don't know that if they have been paid, because unless the minister visited there, and then the president of the GFC also visited, I don't know that if they have been paid. But let's say kudu. But we have to do a lot. Then let me also come to Polakoko issue. Look, Polakoko should not drink. And I believe that he is going back just to cause problems within the NCP party. Because this is the man who has been relegated to the background for a long time. The NCP party does not need him. If he's going there, he knows his mind that it is not going to work. If he has not been disqualified from the early stage, by all means, he will campaign against him seriously about events of the past and will not give it to him. Anyway, this is a politician, he knows what he has done. So let's see him try and see the result that will come out.
All right. Peter T, always a pleasure hearing from you. Thank you so much for calling. You can also call us. The phone number is on the screen. And if you haven't cashed out this morning, we've got 10,000 Ghana cedis, and Roland has thrown in some bonuses as well. So dial *439#. Select option 2 for TV3 and win big on the show. All right, dial *439#. Select option 2 for TV3 and you can win 1,000 Ghana cedis. We've got 10,000 cedis to give you. So 10 of you will win. The more you play, the higher chances of winning. If you want to win, please play at least 30 to 40 times, okay? 30 to 40 times. So when you get to the part where you select a ticket, select 30, 31, 32, up to 40. Or if you want to help others to win, then you can play less than 30. But if you yourself want to win, please play at least 30 times and win big on the show. 1,000 Ghana cedis to support and cushion the payday. Payday is just around the corner, right? It's this week. Payday is on Friday.
Today's
29th. Today's 29th.
Okay,
yes.
29th. Okay.
I know it's 29th because yesterday was AJ Sapon's birthday.
Yeah.
The most important birthday in the month of October. AJ Akwakusopon, 28th October.
Yeah.
So today's 29th, and payday is just 2 days away.
Yes.
So take this one, chuck the salary. The salary is already spent before it comes. So this one will help you and sort a few problems out. But you can call us now. The phone number is still on the screen. We're talking about the Black Queens and also about the comeback of Paula Foco. We have another caller.
Yes, we have Collins on the line. Good morning to you, Collins. Tell us where you're calling us from. I hope you're well and your thoughts.
By the grace, Beatrice, yes. As you said, my name is Collins, calling from Amamole in the Ganof Municipal, Greater Accra.
Yes.
Let me take this quick opportunity to greet President Mahama, Chief of Staff, and Peter Apesi-Mensah, Deputy CEO of Tema Shipyard. Fantastic gentleman. Let me applaud the Black Queens yesterday. They done very, very, very well. This is what Ghanaians want. And if Ghanaians will realize something, President Mahama's second time, you can see how the Black Star and the Black Queens are. Since I don't know either is it a miracle or something that, because including all the government institutions, you see, everything is going smoothly. The Black Queens are doing what they can do. The Black Stars are doing the same, and the government appointees, including the ministers, the CEO, the chief executive, and so on. So, meaning President Mahama's second term is wonderful and from God. Thank you very much. I let my friend to continue.
Thank you very much.
Well,
VP, but we're inviting you to call us. Let us know what you think. The Black Queens have done extremely well. They've qualified for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations. We're going to Morocco. If you're not planning on, or if you weren't planning on, this is a good time to change your mind. Bill Shen and I will be there for TV3 and representing Ghana well. Now, our question is, looking at the excellent performance the Black Queens have been giving us and showing us over the last couple of years, what can we do as a nation to elevate the team, to rally support for them, to bring them the love that we give to the Black Stars, despite their constant heartbreak? Let us know what your thoughts are. And we're also talking about the comeback of Paula Foco. What does it mean for the party? Are you in support of this comeback? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you agree with our first caller that he's had his time? We have another caller joining us. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Kosi Kwenesuma.
Welcome to the show. Great to have you. What are your thoughts?
You could see any time that NDC is in power, our national team perform wonders. In the early stages of Jerry Rawlings in PNDC in 1998, that was the last Africa Cup of Nations Ghana took. When they came to power in 2009, yes, January 7th, it's in 2010 South African World Cup. You see how far Ghana went. And what
has a party in power got to do with the performance of national teams?
Yes, so I'm building a point. So I believe in this first term, the early stages of NDC, the Black Queens would definitely bring the cup home. So that was the sequence of point I was building from 1982 up to date.
I support that thought that the Black Queens will bring the cup home.
Yes.
They can bring the cup?
Yes, they can bring the cup.
Looking at how they pray. Yesterday I was in town, so I couldn't watch the match. But when I came home, the essence of the matches that I watch and what I watch on my phone, I could see the tunnel they are almost out of the tunnel, and I know they'll bring the cup.
Mm.
Definitely, I believe that.
I believe that too.
I am pleading to the authorities. You see, I don't know whether when the GFA follow the Black Queens, they cannot get the huge bonuses and the money they are getting. That is why they are not paying attention to them. Or I don't get it. Because it's also a national team. And these guys are doing well. You know, in Ghana, most of our laws, it's about women. So if it's about women, I don't see why people should even cry before we get support for our Black Queens. So I'm praying. that black queens, they should put the government, especially President Mahama and the Vice President, who is a lady, a woman, should pay attention to the queens. Now to Mr. Polafoko. I wish if I'm closer to him, I would have advised him. I can't advise him to move away from MPP. No, he can still be there. But position in MPP, I beg to differ. Because the gang there, I'm not sure they'll give him the other chance. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kwesi, for that call. He doesn't seem to support Polafoko, but I absolutely love your initial point on the Black Queens. Yes, we're bringing the cup home. 100%. You can also call us. The phone line is still on the screen. And if you haven't cashed out, do so. Dial *439# and win big. Roland, do we have some messages?
Well, we have a couple of messages, so quickly I would want... This one is coming from Nelson Akotia. Good morning to you. He says that congratulations to the Black Queens. In fact, I was there yesterday, and I must admit, the ladies are very good. Teamwork was on point. I am sure even these ladies can beat Chelsea, even if all of them are pregnant.
Wow.
Nelson Akotia. Oh, true. Nobody say they lie. Okay. And then Felicia Abania, good morning to you, says that we all look quite excited, and especially you now talking about Polafoko. I don't know. He's no relation of her, so I'm wondering. We're just talking about the general news, you know. And then also Prince Henry Kofodia says that it is finished for the MPP. The MPP's chairmanship race is becoming more attractive than the flag bearer race. It's as if people who are contesting for the chairmanship race are more credible than those contesting for the flag bearership. The future is pregnant. And that's coming from also Prince Henry Kofodia. Then we have a long one from Sherry Giovanni. I'll read that. Do we have a caller?
Yes, we do. But before that, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana. Rosebank International University, a strong South African university and a brand of the ADV Tech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City Guilds UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We also offer hospitality and culinary arts, available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Remember, admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Pebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. Let's go to our caller, and good morning to you, sir. Tell us where you're calling us from, your name, and what you're thinking of what we're discussing today.
Yeah, I'm Abdul calling from Tamale.
Good morning. Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, today is my first time of calling.
That's great. Thank you for calling through. Please, if you can remind us the name again and where you're calling us from.
Abdul calling from Tamale.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Yeah. How is Tamale?
It's one thing I have to also add to this, and what just to do with that. Like we've been trying to ignore certain things which are very rare in our lives. Push goes, and there's this saying that when good people are German, so when the good people are
I will have to interrupt because your line is not so clear. We are not able to hear you. But if you're able to call through again, we'd love to hear what you think about the Black Queens and really Paul Afoko's decision to come back. Yes.
Let me read a couple of messages coming in now. This one from Khalil Maniwa says, now, Paul Afoko is coming back to do what? Is he not the same person who was chased out of office by Nanado's people? Now, Baumia is going to win. That is still Ekufuado's voice, and he is the mastermind behind his removal. How is he going to unite the party if he couldn't fight one former president? And that's a message from Khalil Man coming to us. Lawyer Jacob Okai says, now this Black Queens matter. You buy the jerseys. Yes, let's buy the jerseys. Let's support them the same way we support their male counterparts. Good morning, Na. The Ministry of Sports and other stakeholders should invest in women's football to make it attractive. The focus must be on sponsorship to motivate the ladies to deliver more. Congratulations to our Black Queens. God bless our homeland, Ghana. We have Alhaji joining us.
Yes, Alhaji. Yes. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. Tell us where you're calling us from and your thoughts.
Now, Beatrice, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you too, Alhaji?
Fine. Rola Gaspa.
Nah, Tabia Wula. Nah, Gombian.
That's it. First of all, let me send my greeting to Shamima Musa and we have Alhaji Alatan and Honorable Ben Ayapo, first Deputy of Parliament, Chief of Staff, Honorable and Dr. Abukar Wumbi. Let's send my greeting to these people and someone who was let's congratulate the Ghana Black Stars for winning the Black Queens, not Black Stars, Black Queens. 7 because 3 against 3-4, 7-0. So we are happy. But I just want to tell our leaders, and they should keep on doing like this. If this team meet Chelsea, I think we can score Chelsea. Do you know that? If they meet Chelsea, they can score Chelsea. But NPP former chairman, full Afoko, he just come to waste his time because nobody will make mistake to vote you again as a national chairman. So I think sometimes there need to be reason before you contest any contest you want to contest. Because you have been in chairman before and they rejected you. Even they suspend you for your chairmanship race. Is that also? And now, what changed? He also get money during the MPP era. I think if you get some the little money, you can bring it out. But if that contest will contest and win to me, will still going around, I think he will win it. But I think these people, they don't have good leadership now. So they need to look at the leadership. And the leadership destroy their party now. Nobody will make mistake in this country to vote MPP. Because look at the stolen and they are stealing our council money. They are stealing here and there. So I think Ghanaians looking about the NPP contest. If Dr. Mahmoud Baume win the NPP flag bearership and Kulafoko also comes to lose it, and it will be a 10 program for them. And so let's keep on praying for the country and keep on praying for NPP. I think NPP they should continue to collapse. We will not make mistake to bring this wicked people back again. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you, Alhaji, for calling through and sharing your views with us.
All right, you can also call us. The phone number is still on the screen. Paul Afoko has staged a comeback, contesting for the national chairmanship position. Sometime in 2015, he was suspended indefinitely. And since then, he's largely been behind the scenes. Yesterday, we saw a press statement announcing that he is coming back to contest for the national chairmanship position. From the phone calls we've gotten this morning, a lot of you are asking why he's coming back at this time. Well, I'm sure you'll speak soon and we'll soon find out. But what does it mean for the party at this time to have a man like Paul Afoko come back? We'll get into it into great detail during Big Issues with Roland and the men. But now, let us know what your thoughts are on his comeback and also how we can support the Black Queens. We have Hajia joining us now. Hello, Hajia.
Yes, this is Hajia Alima Kumapa, the freedom fighter from Medina, Subaya Boarding.
Always a pleasure to have our women join us during this morning. Great to have you. Hajia, what are your thoughts on these two issues?
Yeah, the Black Queens have done well, and we all support them. One thing I want to advise is that if we say football unites us in Ghana, it should be, then the concentration should go to both the women football and the men, even the disabled. You understand? Because we have disabled in this country. They will also feel happy and see themselves as tomorrow, if they also try their best, they can be like their colleagues who are playing the football today. But it seems we always focus on the men, the Black Star. Then the Black Queens, we don't hear them too much. What they are doing, very, very good. And then some of them too, you see that they will play the football, give us name. When we win some tournaments or some matches like this, we feel happy. But they are end, you see them like, you don't see their end properly. It makes us, it demeans the morale of the young ones who want to play football for this country. Because if you look at the men and the women, the way the men have success in football, and the women, they don't reach anywhere, then they just come down, they don't have even places to sleep. If not because we have a president who cares, who, when he hears these things, he will just go and visit them and see how they are doing and give them a proper place to sleep. So we are appealing to the football people that they should concentrate on both the men and the women. Then when you come to Paul Afoko and his comeback in MPP or politics, Paul Afoko, my advice to you as a sister, as a daughter, you are too much today for the NPP. I'm not saying you should come and join the NDC, but if you do that, it will rather help you than going back to the NPP. What is in the NPP today? We've seen the NPP bunch of, excuse my language, liars. They lie to Ghanaians. They come and make our living condition very hard. They wicked us. So do you want to join this wicked entity? Please, my brother, my uncle, we are all from North. Please, let's limit this kind of things that we do unnecessarily. You are better off than the NPP party. So to me, leave it. Look at the way your younger brother, John Dramani Mahama, is trying his best to fix this country. Is it not nice for you? If you can't join the NDC, support him to make sure that the northern sector will become something. Look at the way your brother...
It's okay. Hajia, thank you. Hajia, thank you.
Roland, why did you do that? She's sharing her very passionate views.
No, I think
she's our first female caller, so I thought we'd just hear her out. But thank you,
especially
Hajia,
when black queens are in the mix.
Thank you, Hajia, for calling. Roland, do you have more messages for us?
So I have a couple of messages. This one is coming from Randa and the Charles, Dryer and the Drain as well. In fact, with the comeback of Paul Afoko, it has made the chairmanship of the MPP more attractive than the flag bearership positions. But I doubt if the delegates will vote for him. Once suspended, always suspended. Hey, Randa. Why? And then we have Stephen Penn. Stephen Penn from Wa Good Morning says that, well, we're missing Johnny's bite here. Well, so Johnny's away for a month. So he'll be back after that. New Dick, Ni Atukwe Kwe, says, congratulations to the ladies, the Black Queens. My wish is to see Shatawale perform at the opening ceremony of the World Cup 2026. SM for life. New Dick, Ni Atukwe Kwe. Yeah, I'm sure Shatawale is listening or watching. MK Erickson has a long one on my condor with the government. Okay, it says, I absolutely concur with my boss. It says, Felix Kwacho Fosu for government communication, that the Black Queens should be paid the same as the Black Stars. And so that again summarizes everything. This one is coming from Williams and Pomada. Last good morning to you, Williams. Says that I believe Paul Afoko's decision to stage a comeback to the MPP is a good one, except to say that he should not chicken out regardless of the hostilities that will be meted out to him. The NDC also needs a credible opposition to help it build a better Ghana. All of you have a blissful day, you say. And Savior Nyanyovo, that's Nyasa, says that good morning to all of you. All of you are looking so beautiful, especially Beatrice. So Beatrice, your turn. Is it Eddie Joy?
Yes, it's
Eddie Joy.
Thank you so much.
Eddie Joy. And then Prince Freeman Pogo says, I'm watching all of you and you're looking splendid. Today is my birthday, so wish me a happy birthday. I'm the ambassador, I'm the West Africa CEO for Splash Coatings Paint, West Africa. So happy birthday to you, Prince Pogo. Says that all of us are looking nice as well. And then also, this one is coming from Ajay Boating, who says that Paul Afoko coming back to the MPP is a good decision that has been made. The most important thing is for him to state what he intends to do for the party. The party currently needs to reform. It also needs to unite. And Paul Afoko is a new person who is going to bring his old experience on board, especially the experience that he had in a short stay as chairmanship for the reformation and unity of the MPP. Elliot Wogwe, good morning to you, says, loyalty is a priceless gift, one that should never be taken for granted or treated lightly. Yet when frustration grows beyond measure, even the most loyal hearts begin to waver. Imagine how painful it feels when the very person you stood by with unwavering devotion turns their back on you when it's finally time to share the bread. Okay, think deeply about that. Okay, food for thought, you say.
More messages coming in. This is Landlord from Bogadi Line. He says, Nanado and Baumia group will the Nanado and Baumia group will fight against Paul Afoko. The Nana era should be over if MPP really wants to come back into power. Why should I vote for Nanado's associate? All right. Paul Afoko's comeback is his constitutional right. For now, we, the MPP members, especially delegates, are focused on the presidential primaries. Dear MPP delegates, please vote number 3 on the ballot. It is still possible for Baumia, and that's from Master Planner Jr., texting us from Kintampo. Abbas, is it Abongo? Am I pronouncing that? Amogobo Ofinso says, good morning, Roland. Paul Afoko is just wasting his time. The NPP currently cannot even win power. And that's your opinion. We have another caller joining us. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Sani from Wali Wali.
Welcome to the show. Tell us your thoughts.
Thank you. I want to say good morning to you and then good morning to the good people of Wali Wali. With regard to the Black Queens, I just want to congratulate them for qualifying to the Women's African Championship next year. And we shouldn't end there. We want them to, lift the trophy for us. Do you know that for the past 30 years, their male counterpart, that is the Black Stars, they have not been able to lift the trophy, that is the African Cup of Nations. They have not been able to lift the trophy for Ghana, you see. And then with our Black Stars, I believe that they will be able to do so. So let us pray for them. Let us all support them. I think that we need to look at them very carefully and then see that if that is where we have an advantage, okay, we need to leverage on that, okay, and then help them so that they will do something, okay. The Black Stars, they are not even able to qualify for African Cup of Nations next year. Yes. Black Queens, they have qualified. Okay, even though Black Stars, they qualify for the World Cup, but African Cup of Nations, they are not being able to do that. So let us support them to be able to come home with the trophy. And then with Paul Afoko, I wish he stayed away from the party for now, because I understand the reason why he wants to come back. For now, the party, it lacks leadership. There's no discipline in the party. The party is confused. Because if not that, why should you start from
bottom down. We know that anytime the parties are to organize internal election, they normally start from the bottom of it to the top. But today they are going to start from the flag bearer and then come down to the branch and then to the regionals and all that. So that party is confused. And looking at what they do to him, in fact, ousting him, it was a coup d'etat that they did to him. So he should have stayed away and then support either the NDC or go and join Alan Cash. Okay, that is the movement for change, the unity party that Afoko formed. In fact, he should, an implementing form, he should go and join them so that they will do better. But going back to the NPT, I think that
you don't think it's a good idea. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the call. You're our last caller for the morning. We thank all of you.
All right, so let's wrap up with some messages we're getting. Let me say good morning to Felix van der Palen, great guy. Wishing you all the best for the day as well. Medjina hasn't been able to get through, so he sent a very long message. Take what TV3 did yesterday, for example. So he says, my biggest concern is that Ghana, we've become too focused on personality-driven discussion instead of addressing issues that can truly change our society for the better. He continues, he says, TV3, we did our thought leadership. It brought together stakeholders in sanitation to share ideas on how we can use sanitation to create jobs, promote recycling, and find innovative ways to solve social problems through the sanitation sector. And says that it's time that we or redirect our energies towards discussion that inspire progress and ideas. And so far, we've been doing that. Advocacy for equality among women, so that the women representing the black queens, etc., will have equal pay, like gender parity. TV3, thank you for acknowledging us. So, more importantly, I have Mama War of the Asogli State. He says that all of you missed the Razzmatazz and the Jamboree last weekend in Ho, where the Maulians displayed everything. Please, you're all looking beautiful. Say a happy birthday to my colleague. He's a custom officer in the whole collection office. And Jacob Tete Alimo, you celebrate your birthday. It's for Mama War of the Asogli State. Wishing you all the best for the day. And then we also do have this one from Prince Nania York. He says the Black Queens for congratulations to them for qualifying. In my opinion, Paul Afoko has really shocked me. He should have joined the UP for better opposition to put the current government into check and on his toes. Well, they will boot him away. That's based on my predictions, though. So that's Prince Daniel York. Now, Master Planner Junior, policy analyst Kintampo, celebrated the birthday yesterday. Says that Paul Afoko's comeback is his constitutional right. For now, we the MPP members, especially delegates, are focused on the presidential primaries. Dear MPP delegate, please vote to number 3 on the ballot. It is possible with DMB, Master Planner Junior, Kintampo. And then the last one I'll read is from Sherry Giovanni. It says, first of all, congratulations to the Black Queens for their overwhelming victory over Egypt. But I disagree that only Black Stars break our hearts. The Black Queens also do just that because most Ghanaians don't follow their matches. Hence, the rate of broken heart isn't high. Secondly, I was happy to learn that Paul Afoko wants to come back and contest the national chairmanship of the MPP. This is good for the image of the party. As a tolerant and democratic party, I wish him well. And says good morning to Dr. Yao Sarkodie of the University of Cape Coast. Sherry Giovanni and Sammy, good morning to you. Thank you for the messages as well. But we'll have to go for a break, don't we? No. So we have, just tell us about, the Royal Cracker and all that. Go ahead.
Yeah, because hunger can strike anytime. But of course, Royal King Cracker is always on standby when you need it. And something enjoyable to munch on. Royal King Cracker brings the crunch and the battery taste. It fits right into your day, morning, noon, all night. Royal King Cracker, choke your hunger, just grab one and enjoy. Hunger fits show face anytime, but Royal King Cracker, they always ready. anytime you need something enjoyable to munch, Royal King Cracker go give you that crunchy feel with correct battery taste. Ide match your day, morning, afternoon, or night. Yes. So go get your Royal King Cracker. You're still here on New Day on TV3. Stay with us. We'll be back with more.
It goes with the Shoko star 439 hash. The most important thing for you to do is to make sure that you choose option 2. Increase those number of tickets you have. I always advise 40 plus is always the thing to do. So it's always important that you do that. Okay, and as always, please cash out star 439 hash. Star 439 hash. All right. We told you that Solomon also will not be here this morning, but we have an array of our best team and we've assembled them. And so let me just quickly tell you that, well, some of the best things in life always would have to mean that you have to join us this morning. We are streaming currently, and on the stream, we have a number of you already there. And so we'll be talking about a number of discussions this morning. So I see already Charles Thompson lives in the UK. Kelly Amedume says that we will be right back as always. Okay, you say that the break, when we go for a break and we'll put it is right back or we'll be right back, it takes too long. It's because we can be streaming something else. So we just put that there for you to wait for us. And then Latele Lai, good morning to you. Kojo Labi, all right. Kojo Labi is holding brief for us, says it's not our fault, it's true. Please make sure that you get into the stream. Ben, Nunu, if you can get onto the stream, there's Justina Tete. Please block her. That account called Justina Tete, posting things on gigs, how to buy data and all that, please. Block that account as quickly as possible. And Shawal Nuhu Aliu, good morning. And you said TV3 will be right back. It's like MPP and please be careful. Some of the things you say on social media. I have right here with me Fred Agbenyo. Fred Agbenyo is a member of parliament for the Guan constituency. Good morning to you. How are you?
Looking fun.
More fun.
I like your hair again, man.
Thank you.
I'm looking good as usual.
Thank you as well. And I also have here Dr. Joshua Jabuntie Zato of Sisala East, University of Ghana. Also had contested as one of the contestants in the MPP primary as well. I saw him at the wedding of Isa Haku over the period. Good morning to you.
Good morning. No, it was my nephew who was married, very beautiful woman, Honorable Amirichinia, so I had to go there and do the needful. Yeah, it was a very nice...
You look very exquisite in white.
Yeah, it was a very nice occasion. It was a joyful occasion.
I'd never seen you in white before.
So yes, so I want to use the way to congratulate the new couple. I wish you marital bliss. I wish you all the very best, and may Allah protect your marriage. Fantastic. Honorable Chinia and Madam, all the very best from
So
me.
you contested your nephew in the Sisala East primaries?
Can we go on?
Okay. I thought you were. It was an invitation to treat.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay. I apologize. Doctor, sorry, you've caught the seasonal flu, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has ravaged my house.
Yeah.
All the kids.
The holes, yeah.
All the kids.
It's around. It's around. Yeah, I had mine about 2-3 weeks ago, so that's fine. And then we have Dr. Ramsey Inusa, Director of Political Research, United Party. He's also a medical doctor by profession. So good morning to you.
I just want to put a record. I prefer my solo. You see, I don't want a gentleman.
It makes your vibe.
Exactly.
He's in Kumasi
he's a gentleman.
He's in Kumasi for some business.
Solo, wherever you are, make sure you are here next week.
Solo, they say you are mixed. Your regular seat on Wednesday.
I mix it very small.
Dr. Inusa is here, but it looks like Jabuntie Zato is not pleased.
Yes,
How
I prefer my solo.
Roland.
Yes, sir.
Let me say good morning to your good self and to my co-panelists and to the good people of Ghana. Yes, indeed, you asked me a question. How am I doing? I would say I'm not quite well, Roland. And indeed, this morning, I want to send a message to the IGP of police.
What has it done to you?
Indeed, Roland, I have been able to test 2 systems in Ghana till date. The first one was the judiciary, where it was being led by the acting Chief Justice, Bafo Boni, who I can say without any equivocation that is one of the best appointments the president has made this far. Issues of conflict of interest, issues of misconduct by public office holders, ought to be addressed. I had addressed such an issue from the judiciary, and I got a response from the judiciary, and you have the evidence here.
The acting judicial secretary, I see.
On the 21st of August, I, together with my guard, was assaulted by 15 policemen in my neighborhood by one criminal who was being clothed in a police uniform called ASP Nana Samuel Nana Bofo. Okay. And the IGP is Roland. The IGP is failing to adhere to the petition before him, and he's protecting this criminal clothed in police uniform. And I am disappointed.
Yeah, please.
No, Roland, he is a criminal. ASP Samuel Nana Bofo, this morning, I can say to the people of Ghana that Roland, please.
You have to
Roland.
Editorially,
I am saying that.
No, I will not allow you to call anybody a criminal when you know that this is not a judicial process or a platform for you to do so.
Roland.
And with all due respect.
Roland.
If a public officer...
The facts of the matter are clear.
And i.e.
Roland.
A police officer has misconducted himself.
Yes.
You have petitioned the IGP to take a look at that. So you're saying that the IGP needs to take a look at
He hasn't done that, unfortunately.
So you are calling on him too.
I am not calling on him. I am reminding him. To call the subject
a criminal,
I am saying that
editorially I will not allow.
Well, Roland, fine, for your platform, but I can say I'm not going to retract that word because I know what this person has done.
That is your constitutional right.
That's what I'm saying. Roland, I understand.
For our editorial, Media General has an editorial policy.
I understand.
But I know, sir, relax.
I understand.
Relax. I know you want to be in the mode of solo, but relax. So
not in the mode of solo. No, but Roland, I want to say this. That
so editorially, Media General would not allow that to happen.
Fine.
And by extension, because I represent Media General.
I understand that, and I respect that. But I'm saying that we cannot continue to have people that wear police uniform act in manners that are not right. And think that by virtue of having the opportunity to serve in that office, you can take the rights of citizens for granted.
Did you petition people?
Oh, I did that. But you know, the IGP even failed to even transfer my petition to PIPS. I had to go to PIPS to even give them the petition itself. And so I'm calling this IGP today, this morning.
That's been the first point, not directly to the IGP.
No, but I copied him. That's what I'm saying, that I had given the petition to the IGP. I had copied PIPS. He had failed to transfer that petition to PIPS.
Okay,
and
so
I'm
you
saying
want that to take a long.
Per my investigation, this ASP is working under his office. And indeed, if you delay justice, you deny justice.
All right. Points made. This one there is ambush, but it's okay. You're allowed. You're a panelist, so that's all. And more importantly, we also have Dr. Samuel Efriye joining us from Kumasi. Good morning to you, Dr. Efriye.
Yeah, good morning, Roland.
Great. So we're talking about the chairmanship race, the internal party executive race of the MPP. Already the presidential primary is on, and Paul Afoko has jumped in currently, and we'll tell you those who are in the race to be chairmen or women for the MPP. We have a number of big names in the former party executives, among many others. Paul Afoko is the latest to come in. You know, he's been a chairman before. For the word that we seem to be using in the media is that he was booted out, so to speak, because he himself, in various interactions or fora, has said that. And then for the second part, we'll take a look at the helicopter accident. Do we need to have that report made public since it's of public interest, so to speak? So we'll be discussing that as well. If we have the opportunity, we'll look at the national service scandal. There's the latest. We know that the writ has been filed. Some charges have been preferred on key individuals. What do we need to take a look at? So these are the individuals contesting for the chairmanship of the New Patriotic Party. They are going through new changes of leadership, so to speak. But again, they have to contest whether it's for the presidency or those other positions that are made available. So you find them on the screens. All right, so we have Boakye Jakun, who has made a formal declaration publicly. He's a former energy minister. We also have Bernard Ntwibo Esiakun, known to many as Chairman Wontumi, currently the chairman for the party for the Ashanti region. A former General Secretary is John Buedu, also has expressed interest publicly. And Stephen Asamoah Boateng was Sigabor's former minister for chieftaincy, has been with information as well, and so has a lot of experience at the governmental level, having served in various offices. A former ambassador to China, Edward Boateng, as well as entrepreneur, is also in the Kwesi Amoako Atta is a former roads and highways minister, particularly known for his strong statement that the media is late in asking for some level of roads in communities to be undertaken, that the roads had long been done. Kwesi Amoako Atta, former roads minister. Paul Afoko is the new entrant, the new kid on the block. He's actually making a re-entry, actually. The first time he was booted out, so he's come back to say that, look, I am back. All right. Dr. Zato?
Yes, please.
Yeah, your party, those new changes, what do you make of it? The interested individuals who want to contest for chairmanship?
Once again, good morning to you and good morning to your listeners. Before starting, there was just something brief that Doc said about the police, and I just want to add something small. I've seen the police close enough and observed the police. In the Ghana Police Service, they are dedicated professionals, they are committed professionals, they are patriotic professionals in the Ghana Police Service. They strive to serve the public, sometimes under very challenging and difficult conditions of lack of resources and other things. So they are committed people. Sometimes once in a while, something bad small may happen. There may be what we call proverbial, something small happens. If it happens, I think that we should all call on them to get it satisfied, to get it rectified. But we shouldn't use generalization words, sweeping words to describe the whole service. They are commitment, dedicated patriots in there, and sometimes we should do that. Yes, we should call out the bad ones if they appear, but generally they are committed professionals and very good people. Thank you. Back to the issue at stake. I think that this announcement by Honorable Paul Afoko to join, not only to rejoin the MPP, but to contest the national elections is bad news and a big blow to the United Party, the newly formed UP United Party.
Why?
It's a big blow to them because something happened. The neck of the MPP decided to issue what is called an amnesty to former members of the party. Part of that it came from reports and data suggesting that for the 8 years that the MP was in power, some of the grassroots have become a little bit disgruntled. Some of the grassroots have fallen over, and we do not see that enthusiasm in the last elections. Part of it, data shows that a lot of the MPP members stayed home, did not come out to vote. So how do you energize them? How do you bring them on board? How do you expand your base when they start out of an election? So one, the neck of the MPP issued an amnesty to say that if you were a member of the party, you've left, or we've sacked you, come back to the party. There were people who questioned these decisions. There were people who said that it will amount to nothing. There were people who said that nobody will respond to these decisions or nobody will respect it. This is the biggest fish in that category. If you're looking at people who could say fell out with the MPP, and even if you want to use your own word, booted out, or people, there's no fish bigger than Paul Afoko. So for him to graciously accept this offer from the neck is big news. It's good news for the party. It has fired up some of it. Remember, when you rise to become a national chairman of the party, you definitely have supporters all over the country. That's how you won. There are definitely people who looked up to you. So the fact that he has come out also has fired them up. In fact, I've gone on, I've had some friends who are with him, and they're fired up. So that is good news for the party, the brand party in all. And it's also good headlines for the brand party. If not today, you have been hearing things like, oh, a crisis, the MPP dipping. No, but now it's unity. He's coming back. Two, he's also doing something. It also shows that the MPP is still very attractive.
Is that the one?
Here is a man who, as we also again go by you, booted out of power, stayed out of power for how long? The NPP kept the power. He stayed out of power for so long. And this is the man with immense means and resources. So he could have formed his own party. He could do whatever he wanted.
Paul Afoko.
But he's coming back. He's telling you something. I belong to the party. I belong to the family. No matter what happens, I will stay there. And there's honor in that. There's respect in that. It means that he finds the party the most attractive of all. Look, if you look at, and I'm going to say something today, look at what his family went through. Look at what his brother went through. It is the current government, the NDC, the current Attorney General, that, should I say, freed his brother, right? So he has every right to be bitter about the NPP. He has every right to say that the NPP is not good for me and to be angry with NPP forever. But he's let everything go and he's come back to the party. That is maturity. And that's what I respect him for that. Third, Professor Afoko is showing all of us something. Never shit on the mother party. Mothership. Sorry. I want to withdraw the word. Never speak down on the mothership.
You said never what?
Pardon my friend. My French. I use the word shit. So I'm saying, pardon my French. I've withdrawn it.
You've withdrawn it?
Yeah, I've withdrawn it. Paul Afoko, again, left the NPP, use your word, booted him out. For all this years.
It's a word that is used around.
Yes, for over 10 years. Paul Afoko has I've never heard him come out to criticize the NPP, to insult the NPP, to say nothing about the NPP. He held his tongue. He remembered the mothership. And he always stayed with the mothership. In his heart, in his mind, he was always an NPP member. And he never did anything to denigrate him. That's what we are seeing today. Today we are seeing people who benefited from the mothership for 6 years, for 7 years, for 8 years. The first thing they do is to what? I don't want to use that word again, on the mothership. Paul Afoko is telling us that whenever you leave home, whenever you leave the ship, in fact, that is one of the biggest distinguishing qualities of the woman who died, Lenana Kono Dajima Rawlings. The former first lady we are barring. May her soul continue rest in peace. She was a feminist. She fought for women's rights, and God and Ghana will forever be grateful for her. She did a similar thing. When she left the mother party, she never came back. She never insulted the party. She never ridiculed the party. She did that. So, Afoko has told all of us, is teaching all of us, the young ones going to politics, that respect your roots, respect your traditions, respect your philosophies and ideologies. And when you leave, it's like all of us, we have jobs, we have freaking places. It's not a good thing that when you leave your job today, the next thing you turn and you are insulting your former employers who fed you, who clothed you, who paid you. It's not always a good thing to do. And that is one thing I'm saying that is very humble about what he's done. Finally, his place in the race. And you've just shown it. All the gentlemen you've shown are patriots. They want to serve their country. I don't know about what will happen. I don't know how it will fare. But the fact that they're all coming back to power, to contest, and the fact that they're coming, it means the MPP amnesty is working. It means the MPP attractiveness is not disputed. And it means that Paul Afoko has demonstrated that his heart and his mind, he's a true patriot. He deserves some praise for that.
I say, the way he was treated, do you think that could ensure that the race in Yoso is benefit?
I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know about it. Okay. All I know is that he's a formidable candidate. His name is known. He's a formidable candidate, and that he will give this race all his best. And in fact, that is luckily going to be one of the best chairmanship races that we are going to watch. As to whether it will affect him negatively or positively, I have absolutely no idea about that.
Okay. Does that make the race more exciting than the presidential one, or it just gives it a whole holistic view? Because perhaps it's part of the rebuilding structures, efforts of the party. What do you say?
Well, thank you very much, and let me say good morning to our cherished viewers, especially the good people.
You must be shaking as NDC.
Let me say good morning to the good people of Guan constituency, and to His Excellency the President. Ghana's cedis was 60 years yesterday, and I think we need to be proud of our currency. We've gone through the ups and downs. I believe that if we put our house in order, we can get a stronger currency than we have today, a currency that we can all be proud of. And so we want to thank and commend all the managers of our economy, the managers of our city, that have shepherded the city to where we have come this far. Let me continue by also empathizing with Doctor for whatever ordeal he might have suffered in the hands of a one policeman, and also add my voice to the police hierarchy, the IGP, that they need to look at the petition and do the needful. As Dr. Zato said, the police are playing a very major role in our society. We can't discount their contribution and all the things that they are doing under very challenging circumstances. And so the least we can do is to encourage and to support them. I didn't hear Doctor generalizing or condemning police people as a whole. I think that he focused on one particular policeman who he believed didn't handle him well, and the fact that the IGP has delayed in working on the page that is submitted. And so we are all adding our voice that to bring confidence of the public in the police service, it is important that when issues come before your attention, you act expeditiously on them, and that will be very, very important. Roland, Mr. Polafoko, it's an interesting development. A man who went for an elections, party people had confidence in him, they voted for him, he won, he was sent affairs of the party, and one flag bearer emerged, and he said he couldn't work with him. And so they used every Machiavellian means available to him, to them, and make sure that he, Polafoko, the chairman, Comrade Japan, the general secretary, and the vice chairman then, what's his name, Sammy Crab, were booted out of the party. They were rendered almost, pardon me, were useless. They were irrelevant to the affairs of the political party for this many years. As if that was not enough, we also saw the treatment that was meted to his brother. Stories that were fabricated, and he was thrown in jail for this many years, even after the court has ruled for him to be released. A party that he belongs to, a party that he worked for several years, spent his time, his energy, and his resources. Even that one, they refused to yield the call of the courts. It is taking the NDC administration to respect the decision of the court and acted accordingly. He's a fine gentleman. I remember the first time I met him was when the Circle disaster occurred. And as political parties when they went to 37 hospital to see they were involved. When I shook his hand, my palm almost got buried in his palm. Oh yes, a giant. It's a huge personality. It will be interesting to have a national chairman of a party from the Upper East region, and to have the flag bearer from the Central region, and then that will be a good balance. And so we see how things pans out in the political party. All the persons that you have put, you show on television who have shown interest in contesting the flag, the national chairmanship of the party, they are all great men by the all standard. If you take Honorable Jaku, he served the party very well. At one time, he was a flag bearer hopeful. I think he contested a number of times. He became the Minister of Energy. Under very dubious circumstances, he was booted out of government. But he has remained faithful to the political party. But Dr. Zato, you're a political analyst and a strategist, and you should see what is about to happen. Instead of you to be crying for the United Party, you should rather look beyond this announcement and try to understand the political nuances. If you don't do that, you'll be in big trouble.
Do you think there's more to it than just Polafoko coming
I am surprised he didn't see it. He didn't not see what is happening. How do you mean? And another thing to be, saying that the United Party should be crying, they should be wailing. Mr. Polafoko is a strategist. And the people who came together to form the United Party, they are not just mere men. Look at their caliber. Look at the men we are talking about. They understand what it means. And so they really know what they intend to do with Nanado's MPP.
What do you mean by Nanado's MPP?
The agenda is very clear and very obvious. Nanado's MPP is not the MPP that was birthed before the 1992 election, 1993 elections. No. This is not the MPP that we all saw, the Edubahini-led MPP, the Kufuor-led MPP. That is not the party that we have today. Those days, even on our university campuses, at a point, it was difficult to associate yourself in another political party but MPP. They were all over the place. The young people, everybody was gravitating towards that party. Today, same cannot be said of that political party. The image so dented, performance in government was so abysmal. People are so shy and so, so terrible, they don't want to even associate and to be attached to that party. Let Mr. Polafoko win the chairmanship.
Will he win?
Let Kennedy Agyapong win the flag bearership. Then you will appreciate the real standing of the party. If it is going to be the UP that will fight the next election, or is the MPP that will fight the next election, it is not for me to provide you with that. Look at it, open your eyes, analyze things closely, then you appreciate what is happening. And I said, Mr. John Boydu, he served the party all these many years, right from the constituency level all through youth organizer, general secretary, and all that, national organizer of the party. He has all the experience, been there before. Fantastic gentleman. Why not? I have always contested this approach they are using, this bottom-up approach, that it will create problems in future, and every political analyst can come to that conclusion easily. Now, several people are contesting for the flag bearership of the race. And so some way, somehow, the party is divided along those lines. Once the flag bearer emerges, the flag bearer desire and wish should be that only people who support him must be in the party leadership. You understand? So everybody who put himself out to contest election, that they'll start pointing fingers. Oh, this person doesn't like the flag bearer. This person is not the flag bearer's favorite. And so they'll mass up and gang up against the person and make sure the person doesn't win the election. The fellow may have all the skills and abilities and what it takes to be able to mobilize and to help the party. But to the extent that he's tagged not to be a friend or a lover of that particular flag bearer, they will disadvantage him or they don't even give the opportunity. So this is to come up, right from the national, through the region, to the constituency, to, they call it, what do you call it, the lower tier, you call it what? We call it branch. You call it police station. And so, but we want to see how the experimentation will look like. It's a novelty. We have never seen it before. Let's see how it plays out. But I can only wish Mr. Polafoko all the best. And let me also add my voice in commending him truly and really, since he was, booted out of the party in the way, the manner they did it. There was no occasion I heard him on radio, on television, organizing a press conference, condemning the party, saying anything about the party. I think he carried himself very, very well. I have only been saying, and all of us who are politicians, especially the young people, there's something we must realize. Nobody is bigger than the political organization. It is the political organization that gives us the platform, gives us the opportunity to express ourselves and to showcase what we can do. And so to assume on any day that you have become so powerful, you have become so important that you can do without the party and they want to run the party down. History and even recent cases have shown that that cannot be true. The party is powerful, the party is bigger, and all of us must succumb and respect the party. I've always maintained, I may disagree with happenings in my party, but it's not in my place to take to the television, to take to radio, to take to social media, to discuss my party issues. I would always want to do that internally. The only time I have a challenge, when some actors, even internally, will not allow you to express their view in their sycophantic best, in their hypocritical best, they want to gag and even. That is where I have a problem. But party is an opportunity. Don't think you are the nicest person, you are the most hardworking person or anything. And so on that score, I want to commend Mr. Polafoko, the way he conducted himself, the way he carried himself, and then I wish them the very best of luck. Let the best emerge. They have a daunting task, even as I conclude. The elephant is so, bastardized. The elephant is so dirty. No well-meaning people want to associate and relate to the elephant in this current state. And so when they are taking office, definitely they will need at least some 8 years. They will dispute that, though. Some 8 years. Well, you can choose to dispute it, not to. The reality is there. You can go and conduct the research, and all the research that are conducted are point to the fact that what I'm saying, that the elephant in this current state, nobody wants to associate with it. Everybody sees it as a very destructive animal, as an animal that human beings don't want to relate with. And so those who will emerge as the national leader of the party has a huge responsibility to try to wash and clean the elephant, and that may take them some 8 to 12 years to do, to bring it to a stage where some people may now want to relate with it. I wish them all the very best.
At the end of the day, you find that undercurrents led to key issues that, importantly, people of high magnitude who had great influence in the MPP, perhaps not taking part in the so-called internal democratic processes of the party over the last 8 years. And Polafoko, you can say, is one of them. Now, for somebody like him to join the race also means that there could be some mixed reactions, whether he is going to have a personal vendetta, even though he hasn't exhibited that, or perhaps also wants to join the rebuilding efforts of the party, and he feels that he's a man. Knowing that you've been part of that system before you forming the United Party, of which you're a strong leader in there, how should he go about it?
Well, Roland, let me say that Mr. Paul Afoko is a person that I respect so much and admire so much. And indeed, his escapade within the MPP has nothing to do with the UP, as Zato is trying to portray this morning. Indeed, he has never supported Alan Tremantin as a candidate, even when he was contesting as a hopeful, flag bearer hopeful in the MPP. And after we came out of the MPP, he was never part of us, he has never supported us. And so if Zato wants to portray it as if we are pained by it, I think that such agenda or such
the aggrieved members forming the UP are not pained.
Is dead on arrival. Such thinking is dead on arrival. That is absolutely not true, and it's propaganda Zato is trying to portray this morning. Indeed, I heard Mr. Paul Afoko say that he consulted so many people. But the question I have is that, did he consult Gregory Afoko? I don't know if he consulted Gregory Afoko. And if I was Gregory Afoko, I don't know how I'm going to take this news. Because at a point in time when a court of competent jurisdiction granted him bail, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led administration insisted that he is kept in Nsawam to rot. But for the coming of the NDC, Gregory Afoko would have still been in prison. And so when Zato comes this morning to make it seem as if UP is disturbed by it, we are not disturbed. Indeed, we are a centrist party. And that we will work with each and every person, including Gregory Afoko, if he wants to work with us. That is what Zato should understand this morning, that we are neither left or right. But the tenets of the formation of the UP is that we are a centrist party and that we believe in a collective effort to steer the affairs of Ghana. That Ghana has been polarized for so many years and we are not enjoying the benefits of our democracy under the 1992 Constitution. And that it is a collective centrist party that can be able to propel the fortunes of this country and not what he is portraying this morning. Indeed, the top to bottom approach by admitted by the National Executive Council of the MPP is going to kill the agenda of Paul Afoko. Because I can tell you without any iota of doubt that the Akufo-Addo groupings in the MPP, which I call it the Nanes People's Party, the MPP today is called Nanes People's Party, has captured the party. The voter album is manipulated. Nanes People's Party. The voter album today that they're going to use to elect the flag bearer has already been manipulated. And I can tell you without any iota of doubt that the current standing of the voter register would propel Mahmoud Bawumia into that seat, unfortunately. But it would be good news for all of us. Because at the end of the day, if you are going to a race, you want to use a very vibrant, very energetic horse and not a dead horse. A dead horse can never win a race. And so it is good news for us. But I think that Paul Afoko's coming and wanting to contest this election is dead on arrival because the current standing of the MPP and all the shenanigans and all the machinations that they have put in place
so you didn't hear Dr. Zato here. He says that the fact that a decision has been made by Paul Afoko, who could be described as somebody who is aggrieved among all the individuals contesting, deciding to make a comeback for that position also shows that, well, aggrieved or not, Paul Afoko, as well as people of his kind, think that if you are aggrieved, you stay within the party. And so it's part of the rebuilding effort, and they still have a belief that the MPP will bounce back strong. Well, I mean, that's the position he holds.
But when he says aggrieved, the movement for change, when we were formed, were not a bunch of aggrieved people, as they posited. We were ultra-nationalistic people.
Ultra-nationalistic?
Of course. That we cared about Ghana. That indeed, if you belong to a party that is not promoting ideals that would propel the fortunes of this country, a party that believes in looting, a party that believes in nepotism, a party that propels a kakistocratic system, and a party that believes that indeed the fortunes of this country belongs to them and their family members, and that the people of Ghana do not matter. Indeed, Roland, tell me, what crime did we do by leaving the MPP, fighting for the interests of Ghana?
Yeah, he says that it's going to collapse.
It's going to collapse what?
Your interest.
How is it going to collapse our interest? How many votes does Paul Afoko have? He has only 1 vote. Paul Afoko is a citizen just like all of us. He has a right to associate with any party that he feels he is connected to. And so if Paul Afoko feels that he wants to go back to the MPP and contest for election, he does that based on his own volition. He has every right under the 1992 Constitution to do that. But that's not to say that, well, because he's aggrieved. Maybe he could be aggrieved, but we were not aggrieved. We believe in a Ghana first agenda. And that was what propelled us to metamorphose into a united party, a centrist party that today we are going to ensure that we replace the MPP as a party. And indeed, we dominate the fourth Republican political dispensation and give the NDC a formidable opposition and ensure that the right things are done.
A run for their money.
Indeed.
Okay.
And that's why I'm saying that all what Zato is doing this morning is
mere cosmetic
propaganda. It's a propaganda.
Zato,
it is propaganda.
It's propagandist.
Of course. That it will not hold. That we are not aggrieved. And that we love Ghana.
On this platform.
We love Ghana. And Ghana is the reason why the United Party was created. And if you listen to our motto very well, we say Ghana first than any other thing. No. And so if Zato belongs to the MPP, and he belonged to the MPP then, and you hear about 2.2 billion cedis missing from the coffers of the National Service Secretariat, that a president, together with his vice president, a head of an economic management team, used $57 million to dig a hole in the name of a national cathedral, and you feel that that is okay, and that you cannot speak against it because it will go against the MPP, then I'm sorry, you are not a patriotic citizen. And you should uphold to the old ideals of the UP.
Right.
Roland, just a question. Who is Dr. Zato representing on this platform?
He's an MPP. He's representing
no, I just want
MPP.
to understand.
All right. Dr. Friye.
Who does it represent?
Dr. Friye.
Who are you representing on this platform? I'm representing the NDC.
Paul Afoko, he's come back good or bad. And you look at the individuals he's going to face off with.
Who are you representing?
What really does it indicate to you?
Yes, thank you, Roland, and also special greetings to your panelists. I think Dr. Zato, I know your senior brother at Amstead. We met some time ago. So
he has a senior brother at Amstead?
Yes, he's aware.
The Zatos are around.
Oh,
I never knew.
You mean Victor Puso Zato? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You
guys belong to the same organization. I'm not getting you, Dr. Friye.
We met somewhere, and then I just recognized his name, and I asked whether he related. He said he's a senior brother.
Yeah. Puso Zato, that's my big brother. He's turning 50 this year. Happy 50th anniversary to you, Puso, this year. Congratulations, big bro. And may the good Lord continue to be with you. We'll be celebrating this December, so you should be invited to his big
so you guys
50th
met
anniversary party.
At an organizational meeting or what? I don't understand.
It was a national assignment. So I think he's an expert in entrepreneurship, and also I'm also expert in some way. So we met for a national assignment.
Okay. I thought it was political in nature, but please go ahead. My question.
All right. For Afoko coming back, I think it might be some misfeelings for some people within the party and also those grassroots level as well. Afoko was suspended, was sacked, was dismissed. That's the word that was used. And when there was allegation of frustrating the leadership of Nanado during that time. That is in 2015. He was elected in 2014. And I think after a year, he was dismissed because allegation was levied and then was sent to National Council, disciplinary committee, and he didn't honor the invitation. So it was a conclusion that was made by the disciplinary committee for him to be suspended. And I think if you can break down, then it means that it's about 10 years now. Looking at the conduct of Paul Afoko all this while, I will agree that he has conducted himself very well. and maybe he was having an intention to come back in the party or want to come in to contest. If not, I think that maybe he would not have been able to manage in a certain way that has led him to come back within the party when there was an amnesty. But, when the amnesty came, I think there was a clause that if you come back, you might not have the opportunity to contest. I don't know whether that's a statement that was made by the National Executive was withdrawn. Otherwise, I think that Paul Afoko might not have the opportunity to come in and to contest. So he coming back, I think that is a good sign for the party. It shows maybe the party leadership for reconciliation, for unity. And you don't forget that Afoko carries some weight. When you look at that time during his leadership, I think he was more inclined to Alan Martin. So he may also have followers that might even draw and make them stay in the party when he comes back to the party leadership. Okay. But whether he will win or not,
it's another matter.
I think it might be, yes, it will be another matter.
Dr. Efie, did I hear you say that based on the information you've picked up, he could be disqualified, that he doesn't qualify to contest? Is that what you seem to pick up?
If the statement made by the National Executive, I think that they might disqualify him, because they said that if you come back, the amnesty, there was a clause that you don't have to come and contest when you are being beyond the comeback. That was what, if maybe I might be wrong, or maybe they have withdrawn that statement as well. If not, then I think that maybe they can amend it or what. But I think I will wish that they will allow him to come back and stay and compete. Even if he doesn't win, it will be for the party interest. Because I've spoken leaving, how he left, at least drawn some people back to certain kind of party. So he has a weight. He is a leader, I think, from Sandemai Royal as well, and has been with the party for all this while, and his conduct, I think that he can also bring some numbers to the party if he comes to the leadership, even if he doesn't win. Because now, he coming in, I think that it might be between him and Ejaku. I think that would be a great contest, because the rest, when you look at the party structure, when you look at the grassroots, Afoko has some weight, and if he's able to campaign well, he's able to, because he has a record now. I think he has a good record. And all the allegation that was levied against him, nobody was able to prove it, because he did not go to the discipline committee to have even any explanation. So the records that he has now serve his interest well, and I think that he can make a good ground in the party leadership. Okay,
just in 2 minutes, Dr. Zato, how would you react to a question that the party has been structured in a way to lean towards an Anado DMB by way of the base of the delegates? As a result of that, anybody outside that ring really stands no chance.
Thank you. Doc, you said my brother, I thought you said in Amsterdam, but he meant Amstead, Kumasi. Yes. And that is my big brother, Dr. Solomon Benezatu. He's a lecturer there.
Dr. Efie, Amstead, what's the full name of Amstead? Let's say if I go to that university, Amstead alumni, what's the full name?
Amstead is a peer menka entrepreneurial kind of. I think
you are even struggling. Don't worry. I'll Google the name.
That is my big brother, Dr. Solomon Benezatu. I thought he said Amsterdam there. That would have been my brother Victor Pusozatu.
Apia Minka entrepreneurial Amstead. Please go ahead.
Dr. Solomon Benezatu and the pronunciation. Okay. Your question, what I want to make is that, look, so I heard this. There's a false narrative.
Did you hear my question?
Yes, I did.
That the party is structured to favor Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Dr. Mahmoud Obama. Anybody outside the brackets is off.
That's what I want to directly
2 minutes.
respond to. There's this false narrative that the MPP's coming primaries is a top-down approach. Now, I don't understand. When people say that, I understand. What do you mean by top-down? What is the definition?
People are shocked by this revelation.
Look, there's something like a triangle here. I'm trying to use some diagrams to help
explain. It's a pyramid. What you have done is a pyramid.
Good. Now,
please give him a close-up.
Yeah, bottom. Now, this is how it looks like. If you can do it.
No, we'll do that.
Good.
We'll do that.
Now, if you look at it very well.
It's a pyramid. It's not a triangle.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. My math wasn't very good. No, I don't know. He's told me this. Under the
it still looks like a triangle, but it's a pyramid you've drawn.
Thank you very much. I agree with you. If you look at it in the NPP structure, almost 70% of the electorate are made up of the grassroots. These are the polling stations.
Where are they? From where to where?
They are the base of. They're the base.
70%.
About 70% of those who elected.
So you should hold elections there before you do flag bearership position.
No, you see, that's
Aren't
not.
you indicting
That's
your
not. No, that's not top. But a top up. This is still what is going to happen in the election that's going to come. 70% of elected are going to be the base. 70% of them. Then you have another about 15% constitutional executives, about 10% regional executives, and about 5% national executives. So the grassroots, if you go below police executive, you are hitting water. There's nobody below them. They are the most basic micro of the party. Okay. And they make 70%. That hasn't changed. So something is not so. How can you say that you are going to an election?
For you
70%.
For you to come to say that there's a misconception also means that for all those stalwarts of the party and the political analysts like you who tend to criticize the structure that the party has adopted now, perhaps are not seeing things right. No, so let me ask you. Since 1992, what all the parties have done, especially post a transition, is that they go to the base. Right. The NDC, they have, is it branch? MPP has polling station. Okay. Then they start there. Then they graduate to the next level. NDC will go to what? Constituency. No, they go to what? Constituency. Okay. Right? And you two, you go and go to constituency. Is that not it? Then you go to regional. Then you go to national. Then you come back and do your national elections. Then you elect your flag bearers. Is that not why they say that the thing is started from top?
No. So what you've described is that you are saying that the process is a new program, but that doesn't mean that it is not a bottom-up approach. If you say it's a bottom, then if you have turned the pyramid and rather make sure that 70% of the people elected are made up of the upper echelons, then you will say it's happening. So say that you've changed the process, but don't say that at the end of the day, even if you did what you said, even if you did what you did, if you did what you did,
that is what 70% all the parties have done since 1992.
It doesn't mean that you continue to do that. Every party, every organization, in fact, there's something in the literature called resilience. To be resilient means that you're able to respond to changes and take advantage of new opportunities. So the party has realized that this is what we used to do, yes. But okay, the party also
it's been done to favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, people say.
But people, of course,
people
have the right. I'm not questioning what they are saying. I'm explaining to you how I understand it. They have right to hold those positions. But I'm telling you that there's no way you can see this and say it's bottom up. It's top down. How is it top down? Top down decision, if the decision was made by a few at the top and imposed on those at the bottom. No. And I've told you that what is going to happen is the people that are going to elect the flag bearer, 70% of them are the grassroots. How is that top down?
So the question is, the concerns that have been raised, that Paul Afoko is coming into the middle of this deep blue sea.
Yes.
All right? And so please raise your pyramid.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have the people there, and Paul Afoko is right in the middle.
Of
and
the base,
these people are loyalists of
Nanado,
DMB, according to the critics. How would they do that?
Again,
how would they elect somebody that they booted out?
Who booted him out? Is it the policy executive who booted him out? Is it the constitutional executive who booted him out? Is it the regional executive who booted him out? They had nothing to do with it. And the people who voted him out are less than 5% of the voting electorate, of those going to vote. How are they the problem? I am saying that you can't criticize, but don't say it is top down. It's not. If 70% of the people going to vote are polling station executives, the grassroots party, how do you call that top down?
Roland.
How is it top down? So you could say that the process has changed, but it's not top down, never.
So rather the process has changed.
Exactly. Right. But that doesn't mean that it's a top down approach. Because if you say, then maybe you don't know where top is and down is. If you know where down is, 70% of them are down. That has always been the case. In fact, even if you had done it the way you explained, at the end of the day, the album that you produce will still have 70% of them as polling station executives. So it's not.
Roland.
Unless we're changing bottom and top.
What do you make of it? Because I made reference to the fact that all the political scientists, the media analysts, etc., say since 1992, I mean, after each transition, the party wants to restructure and they start from the base. He says that really, you take a look at this, they still are not keeping a component of the base in itself. Rather, they are trying to reform them. And so this may be new, but it's not as if it's been inverted.
Must Dr. Zato defend everything? Must Dr. Zato pretend that all of us in this country are mumu and that he's the only person who is seeing things right?
Oh, Fred.
No, but that is what you're trying to do. So as if all of us, we are mumu, we Fred. Can't think we can't see anything.
I didn't say that.
But that's what you're suggesting. The host is pointing to you. That several experts and critics, media, everybody is saying that what you are doing is an up-down approach. You alone are trying to rationalize.
I have the right to disagree with him.
Can I continue? You see, you are trying to rationalize an illogicality. You are trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. I don't know why, and you are forcing all of us to accept that. It doesn't make sense to me. Listen. When officers are appointed or are elected into office, they have a time frame within which they are supposed to stay in the office.
That's right.
They are supposed to stay in office maybe for 4 years, or 2 years, or 3 years. After which they go for an election again, for their mandates to be renewed or new persons are brought in. We are saying that the branch executive that you have currently, the police station that you have now, the time is up for them to go.
No, it's not. Their term is not elapsed. No, that's a fact. Their term has not elapsed.
Can you allow
No,
me?
their 4 years has not elapsed. That's a fact.
Can you allow me?
Okay.
You are going to have, when I say now, you are going to have the elections
the next
year.
No, even by the time you are going, their term has not yet elapsed. I'm just making that's a fact. They are still in session.
Can we keep quiet for you to speak?
No, you talk. Okay, go now.
Who are you representing on this platform? I've asked a number, they are not telling me. Are you representing NPP yourself? Who is he representing on the platform?
He's representing Dr. Zato.
And viewers must know who is representing on this show. MPP cannot tell us that they have boycotted this platform. And yet you bring Zato here every Wednesday to come and scream and shout. It's not paying me. If you are an MPP and you are representing, let us know. But for them to be telling that they have boycotted your platform, they are throwing your mic away. So MPP has not boycotted your platform, right?
No, formally they have.
Throw your mics and everything away again.
Formally they have.
Now
Please go ahead.
grant you interview, right? They'll speak to this youth platform. Okay, represent the MPP. MPP man, listen to me. The point I'm making is that you first elected your polling station executives. After you have done that, then you elected your council executives. Then you came to region, you came to national before the flag bearer. This is how your executive you have in office today, right from the bottom to the top, were elected. The first group were the polling station. How come that you are going for election now? And we all know how those executives were put in place. That you must be an Anado and Baumia's favorite to be an executive. If you are not, they will make sure you never succeed. You never become an executive.
Well,
Please allow me.
In 1998, the MPP did the same thing. It's not novel. The MPP has done this again in 1998. So what has happened is not new.
Can you allow me to speak?
Yes.
Your brother is watching you.
Thank you.
You understand?
Amstead.
Both of them, both the doctors, they are watching him. This is not how they brought him up as a junior brother. But he has changed. Shouting and screaming, not allowed there to talk. The point I'm making is that everybody in this country, including members of your party, I've heard Honorable Kennedy Japan, I've heard almost every tribe brothers complaining that before you became a polling station executive in the last elections, you must necessarily be associated with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia.
Oh, how?
If you were not, they made sure you didn't win the elections. If you became a Congress executive, it is only because you're a Bawumia person. If you became a regional executive, and that is how they were elected, to the extent that even today as we speak, almost all the national executives that we have in office today are supporting Bawumia. And they are not hiding it. They that are supposed to manage the elections and are supposed to place some neutrality have thrown themselves into the fray and they are campaigning for him. The regional executives are doing the same. So, to start with, you are not giving the other candidates a level playing field to contest. Dr. Bawumia has a start. He's running. In fact, he's about 500 meters ahead of them. But the good news is that your party people are not gullible. They want power. They know that Alhaji Bawumia has been given the opportunity. They've assessed his scorecard. And the outcome is that he failed abysmally. There is no evidence.
We're talking Polafuku. All of a sudden,
but it's part of it. It's part of the NPP narrative and conversation. It's part of it. Because people, the watchers and observers are worried for Polafuku. Everybody around this table and our viewers and everybody is saying that he's a fine gentleman. He's somebody who can lead the party, his personality and everything. But the man, they are throwing him into a lion's den.
Lion's den?
They have thrown him into a lion's den. He's joining a lion's den. He can't do anything. All around him are Alhaji Bawumia's faithfuls. Right from the top to the very bottom. How is he going to maneuver himself out of this? And so, Mr. Polafoko, we appreciate who you are. We appreciate your personality. Unfortunately, these lions, there's no way you can escape. They have made a determination already.
Fred.
Nanado and his people have sat down in their room and they have determined who the national executives must be, who the flag bearer must be, and who the executive of the party must be. If you want to be one of them, go and join them. If you are not part of them, forget it. Be careful how you spend your resources. Be careful how you spend your time. Because the determination has already been made, even before the whistle will go. That's the reality. It's been made. And so there's nothing new, there's nothing anybody can do about it. I am happy and excited that he conducted himself very well. Now, you say you suspended somebody based on some allegations you couldn't even prove. Roland, very important point. You suspended Polafoko and 2 others on allegations that they were sabotaging the then flag bearer. When you suspend somebody and you are reinstating the person, the reasoning should be that you reinstate him to his original position. The position that he was before you suspended him. Now you have granted them amnesty, you claim. They've all come back. You have not reinstated him to his original position. He's coming to contest. And you are not making the case that because he was suspended, he's coming back, he may not even be qualified, per your party's constitution, to contest the elections. Wait. You think that, can't have a saying, also way of one, sir.
Okay.
Now, you think you are doing something. It's a trap. You fall into it. You are here. I will not tell you what the trap is. If you have eyes, you see it. If you don't have eyes, you just be watching. All right. You fall into your own trap, and we'll come and sit here and applaud you.
Sir, put the icing on the cake for me.
Roland.
Your own analysis so far.
Roland, I think...
the inverted, more inverted.
Apart from the Namwan men's gold pyramid, I'm seeing another form of pyramid analysis. Honestly speaking today. I mean...
to raise that thing, is it the Namwan pyramid?
No, I mean... apart from Namwan's pyramid, I'm also seeing a new pyramid.
You mean this one?
In political analysis this morning. I mean...
please take this on the camera for me.
You see, they say it is bottom. They say bottom. They say bottom is up.
How can you tell me that the current tactics used by NEC is not a top to bottom approach?
Because he said the NEC is here. Then you come down, you see the regional executives. Police station, he said they form 70%.
Honorable Fred,
you don't like this pyramid.
Explain everything very well.
Dr. Zato's pyramid.
Look, Roland.
Dr. Zato, take your pyramid.
In every 4 years.
Thank you.
In every 4 years.
You don't have a good handwriting.
In every 4 years.
I went to cite
the party. In every 4 years, the party conducts polling station elections for polling station executives. Right? Now, since post-1998, as he's reiterating, right, we've had a situation whereby within a period of 4 years, every polling station executive elects one flag bearer, not 2 flag bearers. And he makes reference to 1998, and it's because 1998, post the 1996 election, we had a great alliance. And so in order to consolidate that alliance, the party had to do that. But post-2000, there was nothing like an alliance. In current, sorry, in our current terms now, there's nothing like an alliance. And that's...
He's giving you water.
You're giving water, no problem. I mean, why won't I choke when I see a men's good analysis this morning? Why won't I choke? No. You nearly choked me. Why won't I choke when I see a men's good analysis this morning?
He's offering an olives branch. And
he's dumbfounded by the analysis.
I'll take it.
You are dumbfounded.
I'll take it. But what I'm saying is that...
You are outstruck and dumbfounded by analysis.
What I'm saying is that top to bottom approach is eminent. It is clear.
It's not.
And it's a Machiavellian tactic.
Thank you.
Adapted.
I like Machiavelli.
Adapted. Again.
I love you.
To ensure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is elected as the flag bearer of the NPP. And let me say this, that yes, indeed, we know that the current standing of the party has to do with people that have deep pockets. I am calling on the NDC to expedite the process of oral and ensure that the over 2.2 billion cedis that were lost through the gold for oil policy be investigated, because I know that part of those monies are going to be used for the re-election of Mahmoud Bawumia into the MPP's flag bearership race. Right. And so for Zato to come and sit here and say that there's nothing like top to bottom approach is neither here nor there. Okay. That his men's good analysis or his pyramid political quack analysis is not going to hold this morning.
Okay, point made. Fred, let me come to you, and then you start off this way. This one is not part of our line. I just got hold of the audit report on the national service issue, and apparently, you take a look at the report. It is indicating. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Indicating that even payments were made to Osei Asibe, the executive director, even as earnings, so even your colleague, Mustafa Yusuf, executive director, before he became, then we have the other ones as well. The payroll management, etc. The audit report even says that we have in excess 2 billion unaccounted for, misapplied, going to people's pockets, etc.
You see, a lot of people are going through things that reasoning cannot explain. And sometimes you sit back and you wonder why. A young person has gone to a tertiary institution. He's finished and be posted to go and do national service to serve the country. National service personnel are paid barely 700 Ghana cedis as we speak now. This is a person supposed to go and rent a house in some cases and be commuting from house to work, either they pay car and they go and come. Sometimes for a number of months, the allowances have not been paid. Right. They go through hard time to survive. And then when you are put in charge to manage an institution like that, that belongs to young people, and state resources are given out. And if the reports we are hearing are anything to go by, people decided to misappropriate all these resources, use the resources for whatever they want to use it for. And yet, you still have Christians and Muslims, all of us who are called ourselves faith people, who come and sit on platforms like this and defend and justify. And will not see anything wrong with this thing. It just appears over the years, national service has become a milking cow. It became an avenue for people to steal from the state. If you remember, years ago, President Mahama got a hint of some wrongdoing in national service. He instructed the BNI to move in. About 159 people were interdicted. Monies that ended up in their private pockets were taken back for the state. They were prosecuted and all that. For me, I thought that was going to serve as a deterrent. That actually somebody is watching. But the revelations that are coming up years down the line is frightening. This is one institution of state. Look at the amounts of money we are mentioning. And if I go back to my constituency and I see our roads to move from Hogwarts to Central Kofi, the hell that motorists are going through, to move from Hogwarts through Lolobi to Jessica, the hell. Our roads are terrible. To Lake Pekokran, to me, to Agbozobo, everything. Go and see the conditions under which the children are learning. That this day and age, you go to our schools and they don't have a computer, they don't have anything. Teachers are still sketching things on chalkboard. And yet one person can appropriate all these monies. And yet people think that nothing must happen. And I dare say, all of us are doing politics. We belong to political parties. But it's a shame on us when people from our political divide are engaged in wrongdoing. And in our quest to show solidarity, we mess up and we distract and prevent state institutions that we have set up, to hold people to account for their stewardship. We tend to stop them from doing their work. I think that the time has come for all of us to reflect soberly. The sad thing in conclusion is that when these people make all this money and they're enjoying, Zato, they don't give you any.
Oh, but why are you in the main name?
I know.
No, I'm only telling you.
I agree with you. I agree.
They don't give him anything.
100% agree
Then,
with you.
because you're a party person, now you must go and defend. You must run riot. I'm not talking about you.
Are you sure?
You understand?
Are you sure?
How do I
But
put
the
it?
way he drew the pyramid this morning.
A potential beneficiary.
Yes, I mean the pyramid Sato has run this morning.
I don't believe my brother.
It was an article and illustration for all of us to understand. And
No,
I think that
It served as a purpose.
When you listen closely, just to conclude, the things that happened under Nanado's administration, you can't help but to come to a conclusion that it was institutionalized. It was a pyramid orchestration that everybody, the thing starts from the base.
Pyramid.
Yes, the thing starts from the base and it ends up at the very top. When it does, then the man at the top will come and defend everybody. And so leave them, nothing happened. If he's not a beneficiary, how was he clearing everybody left and right? And so now I understand when doctor says this pyramid means a lot. That the people at the base. Let me show the camera.
Also draw your own.
No, he was using it funny like
Roland, please. You are all dumbstruck and out by my analysis. Draw your own. Draw your own. Draw your own.
So people at the base, when they amass their wealth, it pushes up to the very top. Then the Oga chopping your comments. Oh, leave them. Nothing happened. No wrong. That's why we are here. All right. See, that final conclusion. I've gone around the country in recent times. Everybody is afraid. The government is doing very well. President Mahama is on course. Things, we have really turned the corner. Things are moving. But Ghanaians will not forgive us if you refuse to call people to account for their stewardship. The general perception or reality out there is that there was so much wrongdoing under Nanado's administration. And Ghanaians are calling for all persons who served under that administration and who were engaged in some wrongdoing to be hauled before the loss of our land. Attorney General is doing his best, everybody else, but I think that we need to fast track the system. Let us see the tribunals, regional tribunals and everything coming up. If the courts are going on holidays and delaying the cases, bring up the tribunal system that we promised. Let us see them.
This one was just a bypass commentary I want to make.
It's not a bypass.
Can we all have bites on that?
Dr. Friye.
Have a bite on the pyramid.
No,
the pyramid.
Dr.
Friye.
Yes, Roland, I'm here.
Yeah, I made him comment because, you know, he's a member of parliament. They have oversight responsible over the Auditor General's report. Please, the clarion call is that the investigative report on the incident that happened, the helicopter crash, should be made public. Just for 2 or 3 minutes, do you think that call, that for a sensitive nature of an incident like this, it has to be made public?
Yes, Roland, it depends on the content of the request. You know, it's not everything that can be put out there. Maybe there may be some few, 1 or 2. So even though we have not seen the content of the request that the MP sent to Jubilee House to request for the report, I think that we need to be very cautious because here we are dealing with families, we are dealing with extended and people who matters a lot as it relates to the lives of our lost heroes. So we need to be very, very careful so that certain kind of information will not be out. And I know that the Jubilee House will be very cautious about this. Whatever maybe the technical or whatever other aspect, but I think we need to manage how this information will go out to them because it is not a simple matter or it's not something that can be glossed over it because it's something that affected the nation and we need to manage after their demise. So, but at the same time, the nation also need to know what went wrong. Maybe whether there was an assassin, whether they need other ulterior motive, even within or outside government. So we need to manage that information very well.
Do you deem this, apart from just being sensitive, to be of a defense nature? As a result of that, we need some level of tact in the way government handles this growing public opinion that this has to be published publicly?
You know, I think government need to have a system in place, you know, because here it's families. It's not easy as Roland, as you are a family member of these people, especially the immediate ones. It's not easy. And you know, there's a lot of children within this group of people that lost their life. And for the future and because now, if anything is put out there, these children can go online, go to social media, just enter whatever, and they will know what probably. No, I'm not saying that it's certain information, but we need to also look at the sensitivity of the family as well. So I urge government to tread cautiously and to ensure that whatever they will do, they put the psychological and the emotional aspect of these families, so that it will not be something that we will regret later. Yes, we have the right for information, but it's not every information that should be available to all of us.
All right. Dr. Zato, yes. Release or not release the report? How should government handle this growing public opinion?
No, with a lot of sensitivity and circumspection. I actually thought that after the initial 30-day analysis, the government should have issued a statement to say, look, the committee still needs time. It would have killed all this mischief. They would have just told us that, okay, the committee is still working on it. In fact, I also expect the government to say that, to just come out and tell us that you will not get all the report because, again, of the sensitivity of this issue, that we will give you, let's say, an abridged version or a summary of what happened. And that the right agencies, the right institution, in this case, the Ghana Armed Forces, maybe the air traffic people, the people that need to see the details will get it so that they can come in with reforms and minimum for future. I think it should happen now. Sometimes the problem is that when you create a vacuum with lack of information, it gives room for this to happen. If the government had come out earlier to say that, hey, it's 30 days, no, we have not finished doing this RTI wouldn't have come. If the government, and I think that the government should just go ahead and kill that hill to say, look, we are not going to give you all the report. Once you give people the information, then anything else somebody is doing, you can then read motives into what the person is doing. But if you don't give that information, if you leave a vacuum, and somebody is now making this legal request, you cannot read motives into that. Once again, I want to wish the families of these gallant heroes the best. I pray that God, Allah, will have mercy on their souls. They are patriots. They died for a cause. Let's never, never, ever forget the reason why they lost their lives that fateful Wednesday morning. And let's keep praying that all of us should keep our eyes on the ball. The big ball here is to end Galamsey. If we do that, we'll be honoring their memory. If we do that, we're making sure that they do not die in vain. And I know that as a country, we should all be committed to that. But to all of them, I say continue to rest in perfect peace. And may God have mercy on your souls. Thank you.
Release or not to be released?
Well, Fred.
Helicopter crash report.
Yeah.
Should it be made public?
Well, Fred, let me say that Roland. The average time for an air crash report is, I think, 1 to 2 years, averagely, for a report to be made. And so when the government came out with the initial 30-day preliminary report, I thought that it was quite short and too early. You remember some time ago, I was here with Honorable Fred, and I did reiterate that I do not know why the Chinese were not involved.
Because they are the manufacturers of
the aircraft? You remember I did say that. Honorable, do you remember?
I remember.
I asked those questions, that why aren't the Chinese involved? And so I want the government to really come out clean with their communication, because it's going to fuel a lot of propaganda and conspiracies about the death of these gallant heroes. Indeed, Fred, Roland, we should not have such scenes again. And you know that the current possession of 3 helicopters by the police is also another flying coffin. You know that, right? The previous administration spent...
You mean the Nanado administration?
Of course.
What did they do?
They bought 3 helicopters and they just used it for the Independence Day celebration, just to show that indeed they have done something great. Ask yourself today, where are those helicopters?
Have they been grounded?
1976 helicopters. They bought 1976 helicopters, 3 of them for the usage of the Ghana Police Service. Ask them if they can even fly in those helicopters today. Those helicopters are still there now.
No,
and I'm sure that...
But in the aviation industry, aircraft are always retrofitted, so... Have they been grounded?
They are grounded. We spent a lot of money to train police pilots. They are not flying the helicopters. They are there. They are parked as scraps now. And I think that if Honorable Habib would be just to this country and even to his party, I'm sure the RTI should have been tailored for the 3 grounded helicopters and not this issue about a helicopter crash. If he wants to be fair. Because the previous administration spent our hard-earned money right, to purchase old helicopters, coffin copters, I will call it, coffin copters, for the usage by our gallant men and women in the police service, which was not right, Roland. And so the MPP should save us that. Indeed, that's why I'm calling on the NDC to expedite the processes of ORA. To expedite the process of ORA. I did hear Honorable talk about the issues of the national service scandal. Do you quite remember? The former vice president told us that the Ghana card has eradicated all ghost names in our public payroll. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he said
that for the introduction of the Ghana card, all ghost names have been eradicated from the payroll. So indeed, Mahmoud Bawumia should be questioned. How babies, how elderly people over 100 years were paid.
In the audit report, the auditors did indicate that there were bypasses from their system. So they had a system in place because we're told that the application was a good application.
He talked about digitization, that he had created a digital platform that would eradicate any loopholes that would enhance corruption in our public polity. He talked about that. Why wasn't that efficient?
But there was a system in place.
That's what I'm saying, that the system...
Audit establishes that. Human beings decided to bypass.
Roland, I am saying that the system itself is a failure, just like his candidature, just like his leadership as the head of the economic management team.
Dr. Inusa,
and so,
United Party.
Indeed, Mahmoud Bawumia has failed. Indeed, that 2.2 billion that we are talking about today, we have to expedite the processes on investigation and really bring all the perpetrators to book. Because the people of Ghana that have been denied adequate health care, adequate, infrastructure for schools, adequate hospitals, right, adequate roads, and indeed, access to decent capital to do business and leapfrog their destitution or destituted state is what we are talking about.
Is it going to be made public? The pressure is there.
You know, I've not said anything about the NSS. Listen, you've not given me any chance to.
Is there anything to defend?
Can I have one
you have nothing to defend.
Can I have at least?
You have nothing to defend, Zato.
Let me speak, Zato. I beg
you. You have nothing to defend.
The air crash.
I think that we are becoming very insensitive as a people.
What do you mean by that?
What is the rush in going to invoke freedom to information to be able to get...
But the government said 30 days.
Please go and check on the average globally when there is a plane crash, the number of days or months or years it takes for them to finish an investigation. Normally, like Dr. Wright said, on the average, 2 years, 24 months, in some cases 3 years. It can be more than 3 years before we are able to come out with a comprehensive report as to what exactly transpired. Normally what they will do within 30 days is to, in our case, we're able to see the black box, they call it. They saw it very early. Because normally they'll go in there, the whole place will be coded off. They try to investigate, you can see a few items. That's the report you normally would expect within 30 days. But the detailed report is exactly what happened. They bring experts in, they bring the manufacturers in and all that. That cannot happen within a month or 30 days. That definitely will take a longer time. Why? Is there a case that the government wants to hide anything from the people of this country? Are we all not interested in knowing what exactly happened? So why? What is Habib's issue? Why is he crying more than a bereaved? Why is he crying more than a bereaved?
It was a national crisis.
So is he the one who cares about national crisis more than anybody else in this country? Habib wants to tell us that he cares about the life that what happened to Ghana.
What's your counter-argument for not demanding or for anybody saying the report should not be brought out?
Is anybody saying that the report should not? What must be public would definitely be public. Okay. And a sensitive report of that nature is not everything you can put in the public domain. So there are areas of the report that must be a public one. And there's an aspect of it that experts must keep for their expert work. Most of this is a military aircraft that we are talking about. It's not a civilian aircraft for that matter. So whatever must be public knowledge, definitely will come to the public domain. Okay. And so I don't think there's any need for anybody to start putting pressure and make this issue a subject for discussion at this point. 30 days when people are saying mourning and crying over the death. I don't think
that's what you wanted to.
Thank you very much.
Is it on the national service?
Yes, start. And something quick. You said the Ghana Police Service bought 1976 helicopters. That is a lie. It's a big lie. You can file an RTI with the IGP to find out whether it's 1976.
It's a
you lie. I'm saying you
a
lie. Those are
1976
small helicopters, mostly for surveillance. They can carry about 2 or 3 points. They are not. You lie.
Helicopters.
Secondly, national service. National service. I'm saying.
Give us the age.
National service.
His position is that they are retrofitted from the
and all I'm saying is that they are not 1976. You can find that here. You lie.
They are not new. They are second-hand helicopters.
I have never sat anywhere to defend any act of corruption or alleged corruption by anybody. I have never, and I will never do that. I have never done that.
But nobody has
That's
done
on my.
The Auditor General
That's
says
my.
that they chop the money.
In fact, when I was here last week with you, and I told you I supported the government's effort to establish specialized courts for teachers. I've said that.
You said that? I didn't hear you.
Last, I said that, and I'm also saying I will never, and I've never done that. All I'm saying is that once the person's presumption of innocence is guaranteed, once the person's fundamental human rights are protected, I have no right. Because, and I've also said it, last week I sat here and I proposed material of regime and post-regime accountability. And that if you commit a crime or you're alleged to commit a crime, be man enough, be woman enough, enter the docket, raise your hand, plead guilty or not, defend yourselves. I have also said that here. When Nana Addo left office, Nana Addo, one of the biggest public statements he made is that all his former appointees should stay back and face justice accountability.
He told you that?
Yes, I've heard him say that in public. So the point I'm saying is that in public, I said I heard him say in public. The point I'm making is this. I have never and will never sit here and say that you should not be held accountable for your actions or inactions whilst in office. I've never said that. It's something that you should do. If you don't want to be held accountable for that, don't take public office. That is my strongest position. Put it there. And secondly, come back. Look, for national service and for whatever we are doing, let's make sure that when you assume office, that you understand that you are spending the public's money and that you understand that the right thing must be done. And that's the point I end there with what you're saying. Yes, 1 month may not be enough, a year may be enough. So that's why I think that initially putting a date on when the report should be completed was also wrong.
All right. Dr. Frie, thank you very much for this morning. Okay, Dr. Frie is gone. And so, Dr. Jebunte Zato, thank you very much for coming. Fred as well. Fred Agbenyo, Member of Parliament for the Guan constituency. It used to be called, your constituency used to be, before then? Sao. Santo Kofi. And then, of course, Dr. Inusa. What position do you hold in the United Party?
Interim Director for Political Research.
Okay. Director for Political Research. Okay. Interim. Is it an interim
your
position?
Your friend Prince has missed you, so you come and visit him in
okay.
office.
All right.
I'm talking to your role. Your friend Prince, Minister of Agriculture, you come and visit him.
So, okay, I will.
Zato should give us the days for the helicopter. We are waiting.
I mean justice.
Okay, so this is Asanitano. Good morning. I knew him to be with the CPP. I don't know whether he's still with the CPP. Asanitano, it says, it's a fact that the previous administration bought 3 supposedly, in quotes, new helicopters for the GPS, that's the Ghana Police, but they are not airworthy, and they have been grounded at the expense of the taxpayer. And
are you hearing
what?
Zilis Dwayne has sent a message as well.
Is that what I...
Obrim Kaba, I see you. Obrim Kaba. And then, of course, we have Charles also and Anthony.
Why should I give you?
All right. Gentlemen, thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, you have to make sure that you up your day. You do it the Milky Way with a rich, smooth taste of peck milk shortcake. It is pure delight.
And you don't even give us one. This one just roll at one.
And
you can't put
and they have various varieties. So they have the butter cookies. They have the choco filled cookies. Then they have the coconut cookies as well. All part of the flavors, the varieties that they have.
You do draw. You do cha-cha. The money you don't give us.
We'll call it cash out. Please make sure you cash out *439#. Choose option 2. Increase the number of tickets. We'll bring you the latest sports headlines right after this break.